Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to beat Resident Evil 0 on hard mode with an S rank without taking any damage. Following this guide will help you with the following achievements. S is for stars, finish the game with rank S. From 0 to hero, finish the game on hard difficulty. Who's got the herb, finish the game without combining herbs. This is serious business, finish the game without using a recovery item, including green chemicals. Allergic to first aid spray, finish the game without using a first aid spray. I use saves throughout this run, but if you're trying to get the achievement for beating the game without saving, you could use this guide, just don't save it where I do, but that's up to you. So I've been meaning to come back and do some videos for this game for a while. I feel like there's not a huge amount of good guides and content out there for this game, because I feel like a lot of people don't like it as much as some of the others, but nevertheless I wanted to come back and give it a shot and put some content out for it, because I do like this game. It's a little bit different to the others. I'm sure many of you know what I'm talking about, and I know a lot of you just enjoy watching me play Resident Evil, so thank you for the support on those videos and coming over to check this one out. If you want to support me a little bit, then drop a comment and a like. That really helps. And yeah, let's get this going. We're going to be skipping these cutscenes. I just started recording this a minute ago and had a massive sneezing fit, so I'm restarting. Let's get this going. Can't skip this text, unfortunately. When you gain control of Rebecca here, we're just going to run out and go to the left and into this doorway. So when you gain control of Rebecca after skipping this cutscene, aim straight away and make sure you're aiming at this enemy coming towards her from the back. You should only have to shoot him twice to knock him down. Do that and then just leave the area, running towards where he came from. So, come around here, interact with this guy to get the key, and then you'll gain control of Rebecca after a cutscene. And there's two dogs. You need to step back to about here, and then aim and shoot. If you're going for no damage or no heals or whatever, this might be a reset point for you, because sometimes the dogs can just be annoying and run and bite you. One thing you've got to get used to with this run is using the switch targets button, which I think for me on my PS5 controller is L1. You'll see me using it here as well. You'll see me using it a bunch. You just kind of switch between targets. With the enemies moving, what will happen sometimes is if you just aim and shoot, then the enemy will move and you'll no longer be aiming at them. So you want to get used to pressing that to make sure you're constantly aiming at a target. We're going to take out all these zombies. Get rid of all of them. And then leave the area. I don't think this guy's dead yet. No, he's not. Let's reload. One thing that's really important during the train section is kind of just trying to keep an eye on your ammo. Throughout this entire run, using ammo at the right times is super important, and just mainly conserving pistol ammo for later in the run with the first part of the Queen Leech fight. So we won't be abusing pistol ammo too much, and I'll be trying to conserve it and collecting as much of it as I possibly can. So after the cutscene with Billy, come up the stairs, run along here, and then you'll need to turn around and just leave after this cutscene. That will trigger another cutscene with Billy coming up and saving Rebecca. And when you gain control again, you'll want to split up from Billy, and we're going to send Rebecca this way. You can control Billy with the other analog stick and send him towards the stairs, and that way when you switch back to Billy, he'll just automatically be downstairs. You don't have to do that though, but it's something I like to do. Saves you a little bit of time. It's kind of tricky to get used to controlling both characters at once though. It can be kind of difficult to do that. Takes a little bit of practice. I don't actually do it a lot in this run. There's a couple of moments where I kind of have to, but I don't do that a lot in this run. You may see people who speedrun the game doing that a lot, but it's actually kind of like, it just feels unintuitive, and it takes a lot of getting used to, and it's not something that I really wanted to include too much in this run, because if you followed my runs before, you know I kind of like to make them relatively easy to follow. So we're going to pick up the key once we come down here as Rebecca, and then we're going to send it down to Billy. So I think I also grabbed those pistol bullets there. Send that down. I think I might send him the bullets in a minute too, but let's see. It's been a long time since I recorded this, so I don't remember everything. If there's anything I struggle to explain, I'll probably just edit myself explaining into the video, because, like I said, it has been a while. So, back to Billy. We're down here. Let's go around, grab the key. Lovely. Let me see. Yeah, I think I do send the bullets to him. Yeah, I wanted to make this video because I feel like there are videos for Resident Evil 0. Like, people have made some good stuff for this game. But one thing I struggled to find years ago were, like, good guides for this game. Although they are probably there. But I wanted to make this video for a while. It's been actually a long time in the making, me doing this game, because a lot of people don't like Resident Evil 0. A lot of people think it's like the forgotten stepchild of the Resident Evil series. But yeah, it's not a terrible game. I don't hate it too much. It's not the kind of thing I would want a no damage, no save run, but no damage with a bit of practice can be done. So we're going to run past these zombies straight through to the end. Stand here and take them out. You don't want to be shooting at these zombies from the other end of the cart because they'll attack you from 2 different directions. So it's a good idea to just run all the way down to the door and then shoot them. That way, you're not risking getting grabbed. So we'll kill both these guys. And away we go. I'm pretty sure there are more zombies here too. But we just run past them again to the other end of the cart and take this guy out. Pretty sure, is there one more? I'm not sure if there's 1 or 2 zombies here. It looks like there's just 1. Like I said, it's been a while, man. I think I started recording this last year sometime, and I never got around to finishing it until recently. Alright, so we use the key, we can throw it away, come and heal, press the switch. And we're going to go up. Yep. Sorting out holding your items and stuff in this run as well is, I think, what turns a lot of people away. Just because there's no item box, but pretty much you just use the floor as an item box. What I like to do is find one area, keep all my stuff there. We've got the ice pick right there on the cart. Go through this door. And more bullets. So we're going to grab the pistol bullets. There's also shotgun bullets and a shotgun in this room. We're going to pick the shotgun bullets up. And then I think I just put them back down. Let me see. There's some ink ribbons. Let's see what I do here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just put them back on the floor. And the reason you do this is because when you finish the train section, all of the items that you've left on the floor are on the floor outside of the train. And if you don't pick the items up, they won't be there. So I picked the shotgun ammo up and then put them back down just so that they come with us when we finish this area. And I'm also going to equip the knife. We're going to fight the scorpion with the knife. This is a pretty easy fight. There's a bug you can use here if you want to, where if you put an item down and then pick it up as the scorpion moves forward, you can actually get past it. But I don't like to use bugs in my run, or like glitches in my runs. Fine for a speed run, or if you do want to try that, feel free, but you know, I don't want to use it in a guide type video. So we're just going to stand at the back and look down, stab the scorpion from this angle. You kind of want to listen to the audio of it. And when it takes so many steps forward, you can kind of hear like a weird noise of its footsteps. And when he does 2 or 3 of those footsteps, swing for the stab. You can also just look where it is. But one thing that can happen with the scorpion here is if it's too close to you when it dies, it'll swing its claws out and hit you. So, using that sort of audio cue setup, you can keep it far enough back. Never letting it get too close to Billy. And then, at the end, when it does die, and it swings its claws, it won't hit him. Takes a little bit of getting used to, but it's actually not that difficult at all. This is a really easy fight. I think the first time you fight this thing, it can be a little bit intimidating, because it's this big-ass scorpion. This is a really great technique, because, like I said, you need to save your handgun ammo. That's a great way to do that. And the shotgun ammo, too. We do need the shotgun, though, so make sure at this point that you have the shotgun with you. because we're going to need it in a little bit. Although we only need 2 shots. There we go. Beautiful. Can't run through it until this animation finishes, which is kind of annoying. There we go. And now we need to grab this iron bar thing. And we don't have the space for that, so I'm going to put the knife down. Pretty sure I don't even use the knife for the rest of the run now. Although that knife will come with us when we complete the train area. It will be just outside the train area. Alright, so we've got the hook thing. We're going to head back. And I think there's a couple of zombies along the way. Let's see. I think we're clear here. Might be some in this part of the train now. No, I think we're good. There's definitely some on the way back, though. I know there's, like, something specific we have to do on the way back after reuniting with Rebecca. So, I'm going to send Rebecca the lockpick first. I almost forgot to do that. It's definitely one thing about these sort of old-school Resident Evil games is, like, just remembering the sequence of events you've got to do to make an efficient guide. It's a lot harder than it is on the more modern Resident Evil games, where that's more about aiming and killing the right enemy at the right time, you know. So equip the shotgun, and then use the hook. And then we're going to go through. When you gain control, just aim. I'm waiting for that dog to miss its lunge, and then I'm using that switch target button just after it misses its lunge to lock onto it and shoot it. If you stay in that position and aim straight away when you come out of the tunnel, you'll be able to shoot it after its lunge. And they'll only take 1 shot each. If the second one or either of them don't die, quickly switch to your pistol and give it a couple of shots, it'll die. But again, like I mentioned before, it's a good idea to get used to that switching targets button so you can lock on at the right time. You kind of want to switch targets and shoot straight away. So I grabbed the shotgun bullets and the gas tank there. I dropped the shotgun bullets back on the floor like I mentioned before. And also got that little golden item that's in the cage in the back of the room. Then I'm equipping the pistol, unlocking the door, coming through and just sprinting straight to this door to make this zombie burst out of the door. This zombie's really tanky, so it's a good idea to just stand here, try and finish him off. Yeah, this guy likes to eat a lot of shots. Let's reload. You want to make sure that you kill this guy before you get Rebecca back, because this zombie can be way trickier to deal with when there's 2 of you in the way. And like I mentioned before, you can move both characters at once, and if you're confident in doing that, fair enough, but I try to not do that as much as possible, because it's just, it can be really frustrating to do. Alright, so we're going to combine the gas with the Molotov bottles that were in the cupboard that guy burst out of to make some Molotovs. And then we're going to switch back to Rebecca and grab the pick, and then we can use the pick to open the door to get Rebecca out of here. Beautiful. Alright. So now, let's bring Rebecca back down. Make sure you're quick about getting her down there because of the zombie that's lurking about in that room now. Right, so back together. Let's go back this way. I'm gonna go and get a hook shot. So, need to split the characters up. One character presses the switch, and the other one grabs the hook shot. Billy's going to press the switch. Rebecca's going to grab the hook shot. I was controlling the wrong character there. There we go. Lovely. Don't worry about the manual. Alright, so once we've got the hook shot, we want to make sure that Rebecca doesn't have her pistol equipped for this next section, because we don't want her shooting any enemies, and if she has her pistol equipped, she might just randomly start shooting, because we're going to run past a couple of zombies here, and all we need to do is run in a straight line. But if Rebecca doesn't have her pistol equipped, she'll just follow Billy closely, because she can actually move faster without her pistol equipped. So it's a good idea just to make her unequip it. There's a couple of zombies in this area. I'm going to back Rebecca into this corner and let Billy deal with these zombies. See me snapping between targets there. Alright, so we've activated the zombies. Knock that one down, and I'm going to come back to heal. Reload. Alright. I'm kind of just protecting Rebecca at this point. You might think to yourself, you know, you could get both characters to shoot. It's just easier to do it this way, just because half the time the other character doesn't shoot anyway, they just sort of fucking stand there, which is really annoying. But, also you just don't want Rebecca getting grabbed while you're controlling Billy. If you want to use both characters to shoot, you can. I just prefer not to. And it also allows me to control a little bit better what pistol ammo is getting used and whatnot. So when we've killed those zombies, we're going to send Rebecca up with the hook shot to the top of the train. And be ready when you drop down here, because there's a zombie in this room. Sometimes this zombie can be a little bit of a run ender because he just turns around quicker sometimes. So before you shoot at him, back Rebecca up into the corner and then start shooting. If you get unlucky here, this zombie can just get too close too fast. And how fast enemies get knocked down can be a bit RNG in this game. But yeah, we're going to kill him, grab this little box on the floor, and then we're going to leave the area. Run straight through this area down to the stairs just so you don't get the leeches on you for too long. They won't do any damage and they won't be on you when you get down here anyway, so just be quick through there and you're fine. So, I'm going to give the Molotovs over to Rebecca. And the pistol bullets as well. Go ahead and do that. And switch the pistols over so that I have to put less bullets into the one that Rebecca has. And I also... Oh no, wait, I'm just topping up both the pistols, fair enough. Just getting them both full. Makes sense. At this point, I was just trying to figure out exactly what I'm doing with my... inventory. I think I gave Billy the hookshot there, Rebecca the little gold emblem, the Molotovs, the bullets, and her own pistol. The shotgun has also been put on the floor at this point. Not sure if I mentioned that before. If you haven't put it down yet, you might want to do so now. You're going to need the space anyway. And when you finish the train section, it'll be on the floor when you get out of it. Alright, so we got the briefcase. We have the little jewelry box and the one golden emblem. Examine this, open this up, put them both into the briefcase. So you want to make sure at this point that Rebecca has the bullets and the Molotovs, and obviously her pistol. Because in a minute the characters are going to split up and we're going to send Rebecca back. So you just want to make sure that Rebecca has the bullets, has the Molotovs, and has her pistol, obviously. At this point she's got the key card as well, but we're about to get rid of that after we use it. So, basically, whichever character you send back to the other side of the train, you want to make sure that they have the Molotovs and all of the pistol bullets, because they're going to have to do all of the fighting on the way back. So, something to bear in mind for in a moment, when the characters do split up, because you can't do it when you're in the room with them, so something to bear in mind. Alright. So again, make sure at this point that you've got all that stuff swapped over. You're gonna tell Billy to stay behind, or whichever character does not have the bullets is going to stay behind. So there's more bullets on the floor right there. We need to grab this other key card as well, don't forget that. Okay. So, no gun equipped so we can move faster. We can just run back past both of these zombies, don't worry about them. And when you run around this corridor, just stick to the side that I do here, and you can run straight past this zombie every time. Nice and easy. Just a straight line type deal. So in this room, I'm going to run forward a few steps, then run back to get the zombie's attention, and I'm going to equip the Molotovs, I think. Oh no, the pistol. And then take a few shots. I think I knock one zombie down. What I'm trying to do here is with the zombie on the floor, equip the Molotov, and then throw it to burn the one on the floor and the one sort of stuck on him. It'll take 2 Molotovs to kill a zombie, and that should kill 2 of the zombies at this point. And I'm going to throw the last Molotov at this guy when he gets close enough. A big tip I will give you for this game is never let Billy throw Molotovs. Because the way he throws them is just so bad. Like, he just doesn't. throw them with... I don't know what's the word. When it's like when he throws them, he takes about 4 steps forward, which is super annoying. So just make sure that Rebecca throws them whenever you do use them. Alright, so we need to take out the stars guy. Pretty sure the whole Molotov thing is why I sent Rebecca along to do this part of the level rather than Billy. Because it's almost like you need to be close enough to the zombie to throw the Molotov at it and hit it. But with Billy, he steps so far forward that he steps into the zombie a lot of the time, so it's just useless throwing them with him. So let's use the keycard on this keypad. And you need to basically work out in your head a sum of 67. I did 6 9s, a couple of 1s, a 2 and a 9, something like that. It's quick maths, basically. This one's a little bit trickier because you have to do it in your head, but I like to just go up in 9s until I've got a couple left. What did I do there? Was that there was 2 left that weren't 9s, and then I think I did 5 and 4, but they're very simple. That puzzle's actually RNG, and the number you've got to put in can change, so... Alright, so right now we're going to take control of Rebecca and move them, both the characters back to this back wall. Get both pistols equipped. And we're just going to shoot all of the zombies. This is a big reason as to why you want to conserve your pistol ammo. If you don't, you won't have enough bullets to kill all of these zombies. I think I cut it really close here. Alright. Beautiful. You can see all the items we left on the train are on the floor here. We got the ink ribbons, the shotgun ammo, the knives there. I think the shotgun's here too. I'm pretty sure I end up grabbing everything except for the knife. And more shotty ammo. I think Billy can take the shotgun. There we go. And I like to just leave all of my items in the main hall. Like I said, this game doesn't have an item box, and I think that annoys a lot of people. But you can just find a space. I like to use the main hall. Just kind of use that as your item box and treat it a little bit like real survival mode on Resident Evil 1, where any item you put into a specific item box can only be accessed from that item box. It's kind of the easy way to look at it, rather than leaving items spread out all over the place and then struggling to find them later. Just leave everything in one spot. There is a limit to the amount of stuff you can leave in one spot, but it's actually a lot. Actually a fair amount of stuff that you can leave in one spot. I can put that pistol bullet into Billy's pistol just so that I got an extra item. I'm putting shotgun shells, the shotgun, the hook shot, all on the floor here, and I'm just keeping the pistols and I think the ink ribbon, because I've got to pick up another ink ribbon. There's more bullets on the table here. Let's fill up Billy's pistol, why not? And this guide is, I'm sure I mentioned this in the intro, but this guide is based around helping you beat hard mode without using healing items and getting the S rank. But you can save it as much as you like. So it's a good idea to save it after the train. This is my first save. I like to save it just after the train. Cool. We're well on our way into the training facility. Very nice. Okay, here we go. On to part 2 of the Resident Evil 0 S rank hard run, all that good stuff. Okay. So I put the ink ribbons down there relatively close to the typewriter and separated the characters and sent Rebecca up this way. When you come into this room, you need to grab, I think it's the crank that's in here. Make sure Rebecca's positioned facing the crank and then be ready to run away, because these crows are going to burst in through the windows and you need to quickly run away from them. We're going to switch back over to Billy and send him through this door, leaving Rebecca in the main hall. And we're going to slowly walk as soon as we enter this room over this way and lure the zombies over. Doing this just means we have to deal with less of them right away. We just kind of want the one zombie or both zombies on the other side of that table, just so we can run around and run through this door without having to shoot a single bullet. And then we're going to come in here. There's going to be a few zombies that we need to take out, so just start shooting as soon as you see it. So you don't want to shoot downwards or at the zombie while it's on the floor. You want to shoot when it stands up. Make sure you're using that lock-on button. Pretty sure there's 2 or 3 zombies in this room. Just don't move until you know they're dead. The zombies kind of make a specific sound when they die in this game. It's kind of like they let out that noise. That's how you know they're dead. But also you see the blood on the floor. Some of you are probably used to from other Resident Evil games. So we're going to grab the black statue and the gas can and the shotgun that's in this room. Grab all of that stuff and then head back out the way you came. Don't go up the ladder. It's just a waste of time. Alright, so let's head back. And gotta be careful now about these zombies, so I'm whipping out the shotgun. And we want to try and kill at least one of the zombies with the shotgun. Aim it up, wait for it to get close, and blow its damn head off. And then I'm going to run back, shoot it in the chest. You can get 2 headshots here with the shotgun if you want to, but yeah, it's pretty rare that you get them both. It can happen, but it's random. So I try to get 1 in the head. Given that we saved it not that long ago, it's not hard to, like, you know, reload if we mess it up. But yeah, I tried to get 1 in the head and then just shoot the other one in the chest just to damage it and then kill it with a pistol. Making sure both of those zombies are dead before we leave that room. I'm going to grab these shotgun shells and head up this way towards where Rebecca is. Hello, mate.
Okay.
Get her to follow us. And I think I'm going to put the black statue in place just to get it out of our inventory and save it from being on the floor. I've exchanged the crank and the shotgun bullets to Rebecca, reloaded the shotgun, I've given her the shotgun as well, and then I'm going to put the black statue on. So at this point Rebecca's got the shotgun, pistol, and the shotgun bullets, because we're going to send her up in a minute and she has to do a few things. But if we go this way, there are more shotgun shells and ink ribbons that we're going to grab. Billy grabs both of those. Do I give them to Rebecca here? I'm not sure. I think I might. If you want to save yourself a little bit of time here, you can... I don't know, maybe he just holds on to them. It doesn't matter anyway. It doesn't really matter at the moment. He's not going to use all of those shotgun shells. You can, I'm pretty sure you can give them to Rebecca right now if you want to. I think later on we're going to have to switch some back, but yeah, it's not too important. So we got Rebecca with the shotgun here, splitting up, leaving Billy by the door. I'm going to try and blow this guy's head off. And again, you can try and blow this guy's head off, but if it fails and you don't manage to take his head off with the shotgun, then he's going to be too close and he'll probably grab you. So I just like to shoot him once in the chest and then shoot him a few times with the pistol, get him dead, get Billy to follow us again, and then we're going to go through this door. Switching over to Billy then. He's going to grab the slide that's on the side here. I'm pretty sure there's some more ink ribbons over here. Yeah, let's grab those. Billy's got all the ink ribbons at the moment. And we're going to come around this way, put Rebecca on the elevator, split the characters up.
Let's split up.
Okay.
Lovely. At this point, you might want to quickly equip the shotgun as Rebecca as well. Make sure she's got the... There's the shotgun shells into Rebecca's inventory. But yeah, get her to equip the shotgun. And then use the crank. Use the lift. So when you get up here, you're going to automatically switch to Rebecca. When you take a step forward, this cockroach thing is going to drop down on you. Be ready to shoot it. Don't aim down. Just shoot it. And it's kind of got a couple of seconds between its animations, and you can kind of get used to when it's going to move. See its animation end there? That's when it's going to attack. You can sort of tell with the way it resets. Keep shooting them both until they're dead. If you shoot them too early, then they won't get stunned again. So you want to wait for the animation to play out. You can sort of see them reset their animation. After that point is when they can attack you, and by shooting them with the pistol, you can reset their, or make them stun again. When you get into this area, run fast to the other door so that the crows aren't too close behind you. Those crows are kind of annoying. But yeah, those cockroach things are kind of weird. If you shoot them as quick as you can, then, like I said, you don't get the stun on them constantly. Whereas if you wait for their animation to reset, you can continuously stun lock them, which makes killing them a lot easier and way less likely to get hit. So we're going to unlock this door now, and we're going to send Billy back. When Billy gets back through this door, he's going to have a zombie here. So let's get the pistol out. A couple of shots will kill this guy. He's usually very weak. Let's see if he dies. Oh, he got straight back up, mate. There we go. Yeah, that zombie really doesn't take a lot of shots the vast majority of the time. But just shoot him until he's dead. Then we're going back to the main hall, which is this way. And then we are going to... Sure, what was I going to grab? I might have been going to grab something here. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, I'm grabbing the other shotgun. The little shit shotgun. The hunting rifle, whatever it's called. I'm also grabbing the increments to just get them all together. And then I'm going to leave the slide on the floor here as well. We don't need that right now, but we will soon. Using our makeshift item box. Let's grab the shotgun. And I'm going to put the increments back down over here. I like to leave the increments close to the typewriter just so that they're easy enough to grab. Sometimes, and you may have experienced this yourself, if you put a bunch of items down together, trying to pick the right item up can be kind of annoying. Sometimes the character just picks up the wrong thing, but that's why I like to leave the increments alone. So I'm going to exchange some shotgun bullets and combine them into the hunting rifle. Make sure that after you do that, that the character that has the normal shotgun, the better shotgun, has all of the shotgun bullets. Because that way, after these 2 bullets get used in the shotgun that only holds 2 bullets, the character won't reload it. You don't want them to reload it after they've used it. Make sure that the character you're controlling has the shotgun with 7 bullets in it when you enter this room, and both characters have the shotguns equipped. That way, you can shoot more bullets with your shotgun, and the other character can just support with the shotgun with 2 bullets in it. That's what you want to happen. And at that point, we're going to put the hunting rifle, or whatever the fuck it's called, down. And we're not using it anymore. That room with those 2 cockroaches is the only place we're going to use those. Grab the grenade launcher. There's more shotgun bullets in this room. Also, the white statue is in here. There we go. Beautiful. So, at this point, Rebecca gets grabbed by that centipede thing when we go and do this part. So make sure that Billy has the shotgun and the bullets and the grenade launcher. Rebecca can have everything else, but you just want to make sure that Billy has the good shotgun, the shotgun bullets, all of them, and the grenade launcher as well. Just make sure he's got everything, and you're chilling. Basically, you're just making sure at this point that Billy has all of the firepower and Rebecca has none of it, because she can't fight in this next section and only Billy can. Getting to this point without having the good guns as Billy is bad. Very, very bad. So, go. So we're going to stand about here next to this pillar. I'll explain a little bit more about the strategy after the fight, but took 1 or 2 shots there. And this centipede kind of only really moves to a couple of positions. I'm using the shadows on the floor from the pillar to sort of figure out where I've got to stand. You can see that sort of long shadow between Billy's legs right now. That's how I sort of figure out where I've got to stand. And just use the lock-on button to lock onto the right part of the centipede thing. Whatever the hell this thing is. Standing at this side of the pillar. Don't get too close to it, or it'll run into you when it runs forward. Okay. Kind of being careful about when I shoot as well, because when it drops Rebecca and stuff, you can miss, so again, something to bear in mind. I'm waiting for it to run past. You don't want to be too eager to run there, because it can just walk into you and do damage. Standing to the side of it. Try and look at where my feet are as Billy and stand in the same place. Don't get too hasty with when you run around to follow it to the other position. Okay. It's nearly dead. Couple more shots. There we go. You may have noticed that I didn't have the grenade launcher with me in that fight, and you don't actually need it. But for you guys, I would recommend maybe putting the pistol on the ground, down these steps before you come up here and taken the grenade launcher off Rebecca, just in case you run out of shotgun bullets. You can use the pistol to kill it if you're confident enough to do that, but if you are worried, after using all of your shotgun ammo, one grenade launcher round should finish it. Although, if you don't want to use too much grenade launcher ammo, try to use it only when I do. But yeah, you should be fine with the amount of shotgun ammo that we have. But if you want to be extra careful and certain, you might want to take the grenade launcher into that fight along to use after the shotgun. Alright, so we've left Rebecca behind in the main hall, and I've made sure that Billy has got the space to grab these bottles and lighter fluid. Pretty sure I left, was it the grenade launcher in, or the shotgun in main hall, or gave it to Rebecca? Either way, you need to make sure Billy has 2 slots when he comes into this room in order to get the lighter fluid and the Molotov bullets. Alright, so we've got the gas can now. Let's grab that. Yeah, I think I put the shotgun on the floor, didn't I? Let's combine the Molotovs together, put the Molotovs down, put the lighter fluid into the lighter that's now usable. Very nice. Yeah, the shotgun's on the ground, so neither character have the shotgun right now, just their pistols. So we're going to go back this way, up through this door. And I think I've kept to the white statue because we're about to get the wings. We can just combine them together, so there's no need to put them on the statue just yet. The reason I went to that room first is obviously to get the lighter fluid, but it also uses the fire key, and then we use it again here. And that allows us to get rid of the fire key, which is nice. Let's push this table along. And we're going to hop over. Make sure you don't push this thing too far. It can be a little bit awkward to push in a minute. Let's hop down. Press this button. And we're going to push this table all the way along this way. Cool. Hop up. And examine the moose head. Get yourself the clock hand. Jump down. There's some bullets on the table here. Grab those. Don't want to leave those behind. Okay, so when we exchange the bullets over to Rebecca, give her like 15, so we've both got bullets at this point, because we're going to have to fight a few zombies. I just want to make sure that both characters have got ammo for the little zombie fight we're about to have. Controlling Billy, going through this door. And we're going to use the lighter on this lamp. Very nice. Okay. Let's go through. Unlocks the door. Again, both characters together with their pistols equipped. Kill these zombies. Very tight space. If you're on your own, you can end up getting grabbed, so it's a good idea to come in with both characters to this room. Alright, cool. They're both dealt with. We got some grenade rounds that are on the shelf here. And we're going to hop up.
Go alone.
Roger.
Leave Rebecca down here, because otherwise it's just a hassle getting both characters to jump back down. Only Billy can push this bookcase anyway. So let's grab the book, the good book, apparently. And then hop back down. And
Roger.
Get Rebecca to follow us again. Let's leave. Cool. Back through this way. Back through this door. Towards the main hall again. And at this point we can construct the angel statue and put it on the scales. So we need to get the statue. And then examine the book to get the wings out of it. Combine those together to complete the little statue. Examine it twice like a dickhead. And then put that on the scales. Cool. That's half of that puzzle done.
I'll go alone.
Okay.
Right, separating the characters. Reload. Alright, so Billy is going to head back this way now. And we need to go and do the clock. So make sure Billy has got the clock hand at this point. And we need to be careful in this next area because it's where the crows are. And you set them off as Rebecca when you first come through. When you come back with Billy right now, the crows are going to attack Billy. So just be ready to aim up and shoot as soon as you come through this door. And again, using that snap aim thing is really handy. I felt like I was safe to run through. Just went for it. Let's slap clock hand in. And we're going to move the hands. Let's move the minute hand to the left, I think 3 times? Is it? Yeah. Oh no. I think it's the hour hand you actually need to move to the left 3 times. I was doing the wrong thing. So we're moving it to the right. Let's have a look. Hour hand to the left. Is it 8:15? I think it's 8:15. Yeah, that's the time you need. Yeah, got that a little bit twisted, but yeah, 8:15 is the time you need. I'll unlock these doors. Okay. If you're wondering where you find the solution to this puzzle, it's in the room where the crank is, where the crows burst through the window. It's a piece of paper on the table. Alright, so we're going to be as fast as we can running through here to get away from these crows, and we're done with this area now. So we don't have to worry about those crows again. But that's sorted. I think I'm just going back to save it now. Let's go. Yeah, man, remembering all these sequences can be tough. Especially with the amount of item switching you have to do in this game. That's really where the confusion can come from with making a guide for this game, I feel. Is just like taking the right items at the right time, making sure characters have got the right things. So Billy's on his own here. What does he grab? Grenade launcher? Cool. I'm putting the grenade rounds, that makes sense, into the launcher. Because it can hold quite a few. Let's bring Rebecca back down. And let's save it again now. Before we move on. We've done a fair little chunk of stuff. We fought a boss. Opened up some doors, got some new items, got some doors unlocked. Drop save number 2. Cool. Done and done. Okay, so switching over to Rebecca.
Yeah.
Splitting up. I thought we were already split up, but maybe that changes after the save, I don't know. So we gotta send Rebecca into this room, and this room's a bit tricky. I'm gonna move her into this corner first, and take a few shots at this guy. Knock him down. And then I'm gonna wait in this corner until one of the others gets a bit closer. Then I'm gonna try and like bait them by walking into the wall over here and around this zombie that's on this side. And the reason I saved it just before this room is because you want all 4 of these zombies following Rebecca around the room. And it can be a bit weird. Like sometimes when you get around to this point, those zombies can split up and one can be blocking your path and you'll get grabbed, which is why I saved it just before this. Yeah, that room is a little bit tricky, but you need to get the slide out of that room, and really, you want to use as few bullets as possible, because just killing 4 zombies is going to cost like 30, 40 bullets. Whereas just knocking that one down like that really doesn't. But yeah, come back out of the room, grab the other slide, and then we're going to come through here and into this door. There's 2 of these weird leech monster things in this area. And if you're quick about it, you don't have to deal with either of them. The Molotov bottles on the floor, and a gas can in the corner of this room. If we leave, the leech monster thing will appear. We can just run out the door before it mutates, and you want to make sure you go in this room before you come into this room. Because otherwise, you'll have him on the way back, and it's a bit of a headache. You'll see the other leech monster shortly. We're going to stand here and take out this guy, and then I'm going to use or combine the Molotovs and also refill my pistol. Probably a good shout. Get the Molotovs out. Again, the reason we've sent Rebecca here is because Billy sucks at throwing Molotovs. So when these zombies get a little bit closer together, if you've knocked the one down, 1 Molotov will kill him, but 2 will kill them both anyway, which is what we're trying to do. More handgun bullets in this room. Grab those. And we're going to go ahead and put the slides into the projector. There we go. This will give us the disc we can use the upstairs of the training facility in a minute. So grab that disc. Then we're going to head back. And the other leech monster will be in the hallway on the way back, but because we went into the bathroom first, he only appears now, which is nice. Yeah, if you come back this way and then you go into the bathroom,
This way.
Yeah.
he's already spawned and then he can be in the way of the door on the way out, which is not really great. So I'm grabbing the gas can that we already have in the main hall here. I think the Molotovs as well, just to combine everything. Save some space on the floor, and I'm going to leave Molotovs. I'm pretty sure I'll leave the gas can as well. Yeah. It's been a while since I recorded all this, so some of it's a bit foggy in my memory. And you might think to yourself that I save quite frequently in some of the parts, but it's because just of the tricky areas to avoid damage and whatnot. I am going to do a run of this game soon where I don't save it. But I'll probably just do it on normal mode. I won't be going for no damage or anything like that, because there is an achievement for beating the game without saving. I haven't done that one yet, but it doesn't matter how many times you save it. If you just want to get the S rank and hard mode done, but also this run also shows you how to beat the game without using any healing items, so it's like a few achievements out of the way at once. Which is why I did it this way. So, we put the disc in, the code was 0A, and you can look at the file to figure out where it is you've got to stand. You've got to put the characters in the right position and press the buttons. If you've got the same code as me, then you can just put your characters in the same place, but this puzzle has got a little bit of RNG to it, and the code can be different. So just put the disc in. When it gives you your code, have a look at your files, figure out where you've got to stand, and yeah, you're good to go. You should have everything you need to solve this puzzle at this point. Right, so that unlocks the doors that are being blocked by the suits of armor. And we're going to go into this one. Yeah, cool. Make Rebecca shoot straight away when we come through this door. I was talking earlier about the characters just kind of standing there. Billy was doing a fine job of just standing there, mate. I'm just going to move forward a little bit to change the camera angle so I can see around this corner. If you're feeling brave, you can run down the corridor and change the angle to see this guy, but I prefer to just stand here and wait for him to come to us. Makes life a little bit easier and things a bit safer. So we need to move the chess pieces. This puzzle is always the same. So just push. I think this is the king? Or the queen? I don't know. I think it must be the queen, right? With the way you're moving it, I guess. Could be either, to be honest. Though usually, I think, doesn't the queen have like a crown on top of the head? I don't know. I think it depends on the chess set, to be honest. Can't really tell which is which because, you know, you're not seeing starting positions and whatnot. But who cares? Get yourself the puzzle done by putting that piece. I'm not going to assume the chess piece's gender and slam it into that position. Grab the book from the desk. Don't need to read Marcus's diary. And there's also, I think, some grenade rounds in this room. Yeah, there we go. And some ink ribbons too. Let's grab those. Cool. Sorted. So there is another room in this area. And it's down that way. But we don't want to go into that room. There's nothing useful in there except for, I think there might be a first aid spray in there or something. Obviously we're not healing, so we don't need that. There's also a bunch of zombies in that room, and it's just useless for us to go in there. So we're not going to bother. Alright. Let's head back down. Oh no, wait, I need to do the, statue, right? I need to get the black statue and put the wings on it. So, I think after this part we have to go and deal with the spiders, so I might drop another cheeky save after this one. If you are just going for the same achievements that this guide is showing you how to do, you get a ton of first aid, ink ribbons throughout the run, so you might as well use them. Just keep yourself safe, get these little chunks done, you know. Save it before the tough bits, that's what I tend to do. Some of the run is just tedious, like going and getting this item to put in this place and stuff. And pretty sure we complete the run with plenty of time to spare. So even if you don't follow me perfectly, you'll still get the S rank. We're gonna come down. I think Billy's got the increments. I might put the flame grenades down as well. Our little item box stash area here. Yep, there we go. Make sure you're not using these flame rounds. They are very useful for later in the run. One thing I will say is I do use a couple of the grenade launcher rounds, like the normal grey ones. But the acid rounds and the flame rounds, you really want to save those for the right parts. There are certain enemies that you have to kill, that are difficult to kill, and if you don't have those, it makes it way harder, so just don't waste them and really only use them when I do if you are following along with this guide. One thing that does suck about doing this run is if you get to a point where you're stuck, and I think lots of people who've played this game have probably found themselves in this position. Okay. So we have to save there, by the way, and we've got the grenade launcher with the grenade rounds in it. We need to come down here and leave Rebecca behind. This spider will jump down, and I'm going to use the grenade launcher to kill these spiders. This one's going to jump down, shoot down at him. A couple of grenade rounds should kill him. These spiders are actually quite weak, but their spit can just be really annoying to do anything about. I'm waiting here for the spider just to get above us. And he should fall from the ceiling when he crawls up, but he didn't this time, so I ran under him and just aimed up with the pistol. One grenade round and a couple of pistol rounds does finish him off, although for the first couple of spiders I just used the grenade launcher to take him out. Once we've done that, we can bring Rebecca through. I'm going to grab the Molotovs before doing that. And I think I want to get rid of a couple of these zombies that are in this area, because we haven't killed them yet. Thank God this game doesn't have crimson heads, man. He's dead. I think I use the Molotovs here to take out this other zombie. I think I do. Again, I would say... You see how Rebecca steps forward when she throws the Molotov? Imagine the distance she moves when she steps forward when she throws it, times about 5 for Billy. He would just walk into the zombie, basically. Just, yeah, never let Billy throw Molotovs. I don't know, I'm gonna keep sounding like a broken record saying that, but it's just not a good idea. Yeah, so we were kind of just getting rid of the spiders as Billy, so that Rebecca isn't hanging around getting spat on. It's a good idea to bring Billy on his own, deal with the spiders, and then bring Rebecca through. So, at this point, we're going to send Rebecca through here. What was I talking about before? I think I was talking about ammo conservation being a problem in this game. You've got to do this puzzle. Just follow this. It's the exact same solution every time, so just follow along with what I do. I think it's up, up, down, up, up. I think. But yeah, I think one problem a lot of people have with this game is, especially on hard mode, they get deep into the run and they just haven't got the ammo to finish the game because they've used it all earlier on in the run. But there's... So just picking and choosing your battles and what you fight and what you run past and conserving certain ammo is very important to getting this run done easily. There are ways you can cheese certain things in the game, but yeah, like there's so much stuff in this run can screw you over ammo-wise, so... I feel like there's probably going to be people who get stuck on this game and they look up my run, maybe, to see how to beat certain enemies and then get to a point where I'm using certain ammo and then realize they haven't got that ammo. So there's monkeys when you run out of that door after you separate from Rebecca. Just run past them and then come into this room to get the 3 stacks of pistol ammo that are in here. There's also some shotgun ammo in the back of this room. There's a guy in between us and that ammo. Also got the zombie that's lying on his face on the side there. We're going to ignore him and just take out this guy. Just when you hear him fall over, run to the back of the room and grab the shotgun ammo. You don't have to do that. You can kill him if you want. That just saves a couple of bullets. It's up to you if you want to do that. It's not super important to do it, but I was trying my best to save as much ammo as possible. Alright, so we're heading back to the hall. You have got plenty of time to get to Rebecca here, but I cleared out a couple of the zombies that are in the next area. We need to grab the shotgun at this point. But I've got too much crap in my inventory, so I'm going to put the grenade launcher down. Grab the shotgun. Having that awkward pickup situation, but yeah, grab the shotgun. Combine the ammo we just got out of that room into it. I'm going to leave the extra shotgun shot here as well. Make sure... I think I'm making sure that Billy has one slot, maybe, I'm not sure. Yeah, I think I picked up that gas by mistake. What else did I mean to get here? I meant to pick something else up. Is it the grenade launcher? Yeah, okay, there we go. I got the grenade launcher back. Sweet! So, I don't think Billy does have a slot now. I think he's literally got no space. Yeah, this dude stands up, so we're just gonna run into the room, get his attention, and you can shoot him if you want to. I'm just gonna lead him away and around. I think I do end up killing him later. I probably could have gotten away with shooting him with the pistol here, but I didn't. I like lured him around. Really care too much about time. I think I was figuring this run out as I went and doing it in sections kind of thing. Because yeah, this is a fair bit of planning that goes into this run, and I was being really careful because I knew I needed a lot of pistol ammo for later in the run, because there's a strategy you can use for the first half of the Queen Leech fight where you can just use your pistol. So I was saving as much pistol ammo for that as I possibly could. So when you come down here, equip the shotgun. When you go through this door, you're going to get attacked by monkeys, so just aim straight away, and you need to wait for the monkeys to be jumping at you, or for them to run in front of you like that one just did, and then shoot. You should have enough shotgun shells to kill them all. Kind of a little bit of reaction times needed here, and you see me sort of standing here waiting for him to jump, and then I press the lock-on button to see if Billy flinched, and that means there's still alive enemies. So yeah, just take your time with that. We got some pistol ammo. The back of this room. Grab that. And then we're going to go to our right, and into this door, and this is where we can get Rebecca back. So, we've got more BS coming with spiders and hunters, so it's a good idea to save it here. There's one ink ribbon in this room. So let's go ahead and drop a save. Not really because the part we just did was tough, but because the part we've got coming up is tough. It's kind of finicky and annoying. One of the more annoying parts of the run, to be honest, coming up. Although there are worse ones. Alright. So yeah, you want to basically just send the characters alone through this next area. Takes a little bit longer, but it's just way safer. I'm giving Rebecca the pistol ammo and the shotgun. Billy's got the grenade launcher, equipping it to him. And I think we leave Rebecca here.
I'll go alone.
Yeah, and we go through this door. There's two spiders in this area, and we're going to hug the wall when we run down here like this, and then run away from the spider. That'll cause the spider we were close to turn around and start walking up the wall. The other one will drop down, and we can just grab the door, kill it, and get into the door. If you shoot these guys, you can sort of run around them like this. So you sort of see me go to the side, look down and shoot it, and then run around in a circle. And that's actually easier than it looks. And then we can grab the key and just leave. We don't have to worry about those two cockroach bastards. So you do that the same way I did. It's actually pretty easy. Just stand to that far side and look down and shoot them with a pistol and run around them as they turn towards you. It's actually quite easy. I don't play... One thing you'll see a lot of people doing is they play this game with the alternate control scheme, not tank controls. And arguably the alternate control scheme is better. But I play with tank controls, so I move slower than you'll see some people doing. And I suppose that's better for the guide. The code to this case is on the case, by the way. It's kind of dumb if you don't know it. Just rotate the case, it's on it. You can get the pistol parts and combine it with the pistol to make a better pistol. We're going to leave the other stuff for Rebecca to come and get. Don't grab the rest of the stuff that's in that room except for the shit for Billy's pistol. Bring him here, and then we can bring Rebecca through. There is a spider still in this area, but if we just sprint through, we can just run past it. So, yeah, if you are using the alternate control scheme, you can still do everything I'm doing. Probably easier, if you're good with it. But I just don't like the alternate control scheme. I'm not very good with it. I prefer the tank one, and most people will agree that the tank controls are worse. But for me, it just makes more sense. You can't turn your character as fast. That's the main drawback of the tank controls. But yeah, it's the one I like to use, and I guess if I do the run with the old tank controls, it means that anybody can copy it. Whereas if you're watching me use the alternate controls, and you yourself play on the tank controls, it's difficult to copy the stuff you're doing with the alternate strategies, whereas vice versa, that doesn't apply. Like, if you're watching my tank control strategies and you play alternate, you can do my strategies, you know? So I felt like it was probably best for me to use tank controls anyway, but that's lucky for me because it's the one I prefer. So at this point, we're positioning Billy with his face facing this button, and then we're also putting the acid rounds we just got into the grenade launcher. As soon as you gain control of Billy here, you need to run away and shoot this hunter. And this is where this part kind of sucks, because sometimes, or in fact a lot of the time, that hunter can just swing at you and hit you, and it's very difficult to do anything about. So I've hit him with one acid round, and then I pulled out the pistol and finished him. Quickly switch back to the grenade launcher, and then shoot the other hunter as he's jumping, and then shoot him a couple of times with the pistol. That's probably one of the more technical things in the run that I do. It is a difficult strategy to pull off. It works, and which is why we saved it just sort of before we got here. So that if you do mess it up, you can just load up and try again, because the lickers do a lot of damage. Or I keep saying lickers, the hunters do a lot of damage. We're sending Billy through on his own again. And this way, the reason I do this with the characters on their own is so that the spider doesn't get the character that's running past, you know, which can happen. So, sending one character through at a time makes it way easier to get around the spider, and we don't need to go back down to that area again in the run. So, good idea just to separate the characters here. So, you need to copy my order here. I think the order is deer, wolf, horse, and then it's the, I guess, whatever big cat this is. Could be a panther or a leopard, I don't know. It doesn't really look like a tiger. And then it's the snake, and then the eagle. Beautiful. Sweet. We want to get both of the characters together here. So again, we're going to bring Rebecca through now. Just remember that the one spider is still there, but we can just run past it. So just run around it, keep going. Again, these sections I've cut quite short. Like, they're not very long sections in between saves. So, you know, if you do mess up, you can just load up and try it again. Loading the game and all that stuff doesn't affect your time or your rank. So, I think using health items affects your rank, though. But it's a good idea to just avoid damage to get that S rank on hard mode. I think I'm not sure if there is an achievement for getting S rank on hard mode, but there's one for getting an S rank, and there's one for getting hard mode done. Not sure, but yeah. We're covering both of those. We're going to leave the magnum bullet and the shotgun bullets that we got here, and then we're going to head back. So Rebecca's got 2 slots now. That's why we've come back, just to drop a couple of items off, because we need to get a few things from this area, and we don't have the slots for it at the moment with all the stuff we've picked up. A little bit of back and forth here, a bit annoying, I know, but like I mentioned before, I like to keep all my items in the same place. It makes it easy to find things and keep track, and not be like, oh, where the fuck did I leave this, you know? Basically making our own item box. So we've got Molotov bottles and one of these slabs in this room. don't think we go into the other room. I think there's only a collectible in the other room, like a file type deal. Nothing else of use. So after grabbing those, let's get both the characters. Yeah, I don't think I told Billy to come with here, which I should have. It was stupid of me not to. Sure, when I realized, oh shit, I don't have Billy. Yeah. Alright, let's bring him through. At this point, I could have just switched back to Rebecca and
This way.
Okay.
told them to follow and we would have been fine, but it's all good. Alright. So make sure, I know I've mentioned this a couple of times already, but make sure you don't use these acid rounds. We need these acid rounds. Make sure you don't use them after those hunters. You only want to use 2 on the hunters as well. So, leaving you with a total of 4. You need to save those for later on. Alright, so... What are we doing here? What are we grabbing? Got the gas can. I can't carry it at the moment because we're too fat. Let's put the... Oh, let's give this to Billy. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm just trying to make up a couple of Molotovs so I can combine them and have everything nice and organized. So, let's make those up. Nice. And I think I pick up the other Molotovs here. Yeah, there we go. Sweet. Put the Molotovs down. And the gas can as well. Oh no, it looks like I keep the Molotovs. Do I? Yeah, I guess I do. Keep them on us for now. I'm not entirely sure what we're going to go do right here. Let's figure it out. Maybe we go and open the door? Ah, yeah, we need to get rid of these. I don't even know their names, to be honest. Are they? Is it Chimera? I don't think they're Chimera. Big-ass bugs. That's what they are. Yeah, this is kind of a really stupid area, to be honest, because when you stand here, these guys just can't get through. Like, they just can't get to you at all. So I'm trying to wait for all of them to be together, and then we're going to use the Molotovs. There we go. If you're lucky, you can hit multiple of these with the Molotovs. I try and throw them centrally, but it is difficult to do. A lot of the time, you only hit one. You would think it would, you know, have a better chance of hitting multiple, but yeah, it's kind of finicky and weird. So I use 2, and then I put the normal grenades into the grenade launcher, and I think I shoot 1 or 2 shots with it. Again, I'm just trying to save pistol ammo, because if you use the pistol here, you're going to end up probably shooting like 30 bullets to kill these guys. I think I hit 3 with that, which is decent. Now I've done some good damage to them. I'm just waiting for them to sort of group up, you know, waiting for the right moment. There we go. I think they're all dead. So what was that? 2 Molotovs, 2 grenade launcher rounds. Pretty decent, man. And that just saves a lot of ammo. Like, if I was to use just the pistol there, I'd probably end up using 30 bullets, I'm pretty sure. It's just, I know it seems a bit weird using grenade launcher rounds there, but the normal grenade launcher rounds are what we've got a little bit of wiggle room with. Don't just spam them,
You stay here.
because we do need some later. But we've got a little bit of wiggle room with them, which is why you'll see me using them here and there. So don't worry if you're like maybe 1 or 2 down on the grenade launcher rounds. Just bear in mind, I think there are 2 more sets of normal grenade launcher rounds. We need to save those. I think there's 1 more set of flame rounds and 1 more set of acid rounds as well. The flame and the acid ones are the ones you really need to be careful of, but still, you know, being 1 or 2 different from me at any given point isn't going to be a massive deal, but yeah, don't waste them all, I would say, you know. Alright, so we're going back. Now that we've dealt with all of that, we put the tablet thing into its slot in that room, and we're going to drop a save now. Now that we got all of that done. Yeah, that area is just a bit annoying, if I'm being completely honest. It's a frustrating part to do. But let's go ahead and drop a save. Save part 5. Cool. Nice. Alright, so let's take a look at what we got here. I'm going to leave the ink ribbons in their little spot. I think I leave the acid rounds here now as well. And the grenade launcher. Yep, cool. Alright, everything else is coming with us. We've got, obviously, that blue key. We're taking the gas can, apparently. I'm leaving the shotgun. Okay, alright, so gas can, Molotovs. What am I picking up here? Magnum bullets. Yeah, a big part of this run, man, is just figuring out what exactly you're taking, you know? Alright, de-equipped Rebecca's pistol there. Got both characters together. So yeah, keep an eye on what I've got. I got the Magnum bullets, we have pistols, Molotovs. I think I grabbed the gas can and the shotgun rounds as Billy. Alright, so we're opening this door. And this is an area, again, that can be a little bit technical, but it's actually not that hard. This area really isn't that tough. So we're going to immediately turn to the right whilst leaving Rebecca there. We need to run into this room and grab this wrench thing and run back out before this guy gets a chance to hit us.
Roger.
When we come through here, we're going to give Becky the Molotovs. She's going to throw all 3 Molotovs as soon as you turn this corner at this guy, and then run into this door. So you want to make sure as soon as you run around that corner, you throw the Molotovs, and when the 3rd one is thrown, you hop back into this room. And yeah, the reason we went into that room and left Rebecca alone before is because that thing won't like spawn in and chase us until we change that camera angle where we threw the Molotovs. So yeah, again, crank first, camera, when you come back out, camera angle changes, throw the 3 Molotovs, and then duck into this room quickly before that thing has a chance to grab you. These leech people are some of the worst enemies in the game, man. They really are annoying to deal with. So we got some Molotov bottles, or just some empty bottles out of this room, and the battery. Billy had to play the piano to open the door. He has to play the piano again to open it for Rebecca. Sweet. So I'm fairly certain that after this, once we've got Rebecca out of the room, we need to send Rebecca out on her own to deal with the leech guy that's out here. So make sure Billy isn't following you at this point. Equip the Molotovs that we just crafted. As soon as you come through the door, throw that last leech, and that should kill the last Molotov at the leech, and that'll kill it. And then Billy can safely come out this way, like this. So this is the tricky part of this run. We're going to come into this room, and we need to use that crank that Billy grabbed earlier. We've also got a couple of zombies in here, so just be ready to shoot this one, because I think there's some shotgun bullets in this room as well we need to get. So we're going to knock this guy down. It's a good idea for Billy to have the fast pistol that we put together a little earlier in this run at this point. We're going to come around, grab the shotgun shells. This will give us the time to use the crank. Not close enough, I don't think. There we go. And this will get us another one of these slab things. I think they're called stone tablets, I don't know. Obedience tablet. Yeah, sure. Tablet was a good boy, apparently. So when we come back along here, we're going to need to grab an item out of this room. There's a first aid spray in here too. We're not going to grab that. We're going to grab the handgun bullets, more wine bottles. Sweet. So if you're worried about this next leech man, you can skip this room, because we need to run past this guy, and I've got the pistol unequipped at the moment. So I like to just immediately run for the right side. The wall, basically the wall that you saw me scraping my nose along as we ran through.
Roger.
And just go straight for the door. Sometimes that guy can hit or grab you though, so it's up to you. If you don't go into that other room to get the wine bottles and the extra bullets, then you don't have to deal with that guy, but then you're down on ammo a little bit and a couple of Molotovs, so, you know, I like to go in there and try my luck with it. And, you know, our last save was like, what, 5 minutes ago? So it's really not that much to replay for if it does mess up. Really not so bad. We're going to come and put the tablet in here. I don't know, it would be more efficient to put all 3 of these tablets in at once when you get them all, but, you know, inventory management and all that stuff, trying to keep slots in the right places. I'm going to give Billy the gas can here so we can combine the Molotovs, then give the Molotovs to Rebecca so there's only 1 stack of them. Then giving the gas back to Rebecca. Okay. Coming along nicely. One thing you can do here, it's kind of not necessary, but you can leave 1 character up top, send 1 down, put the tablet in, and then just switch back between them and use the whole wait, follow me mechanic. And you spend less time going up and down the ladder, basically. You can tell 1 character to wait by the door, and then go and put the tablet in, and then say, follow me, and then switch back to them and just go straight through the door, you know? Like, it'll save a little bit of time, but it doesn't matter. It's like a speedrun strategy, really, more than anything. Alright. So we're going to put the gas cans down, the Molotovs down, the Magnum bullets down. I think I'm out of space in this room now. I can't put the Magnum bullets down, I don't think. Yeah, I'm out of space. There's too many items in the room now. So we'll just hold on to them for now, that's okay. Let's put the battery in the slot here. That'll bring down the lift with the box on it. Need to activate it first. There we go. Sweet. Alright, so only Billy can move this box.
Yeah.
I'd also like to tell Rebecca to wait here, just because she gets in the way sometimes. It's kind of annoying, so she can stand in the naughty corner, I guess, while Billy moves this. Alright. Push it to about there. And then push the box all the way along. And the last tablet is at the top of this pillar right here. Sweet. Let's get up there. Nice. That's the last one.
Let's regroup.
Roger.
Alright. So, not sure what I'm going to do here. I can't really mess with items on the floor, but let's take a look, see what I'm doing. I think I might be arranging, like almost setting up for the next part of the run, because we need to deal with the bat next. I'm giving my bullets to Rebecca so that all of the pistol bullets are in her inventory, and I'm grabbing the napalm rounds and the grenade launcher, and that's why I've been saying don't use the napalm rounds, because we're going to use them for the bat. You need them for the bat. And one of the big reset points of this run is the bat. So we make sure to save it just before him, and you can actually kill him really easily, but it's hitting him that's the problem. So I've grabbed the hook shot as well with Rebecca. I'm grabbing the shotgun. I think at this point I leave the magnum bullets here because I don't need them. I don't think I meant, yeah, I meant to put the napalm rounds into the grenade launcher, leave the normal grenade rounds here. Do I need to grab anything else? What else do I grab? Let's have a look. Yeah, again, we're getting that problem where picking up the right item can be really annoying. Not sure if I've got everything I need at this point. I know that's what I'm trying to do here, is just make sure I've got everything, because after the bat, we've got to go to another area, and bringing certain things is important. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I was just moving stuff. Like I moved the gas can so it wasn't blocking the view of other things, because I couldn't see the acid rounds. So I've grabbed the acid rounds as well. Make sure you have those with you. I'm fairly certain we need those in a moment. So Billy's got the grenade launcher and the shotgun and the rounds. We've got the last tablet. Now we're going to head and put the last tablet in and head to where the bat is, I think. And then Yeah, we get a save point literally right before the bat, so we're chilling. Like I said before, you have to move a bunch of stuff around at certain points in this run, which can be kind of annoying. That's the biggest headache in this run, is just inventory management. I feel like trying to like remember everything and explain it to you guys is tough enough, and I know some of you are probably thinking like, shit, this is a lot. I did my best to try and make it as simple as possible, so I hope those of you who are following this guide aren't struggling too much, and it isn't too much of a headache. But yeah, I did what I could, man. I did what I could. Because one thing I felt when I was... I think I mentioned this before, but one thing I felt when I was looking for content on this game is there just wasn't a whole lot of it.
Roger.
Like, there was some stuff, there were some videos, but there just wasn't a huge amount for this game, like there usually is with Resident Evil titles. Like, usually, there's just masses and masses of content for Resident Evil games, but not this one so much. A lot of the videos I found, people were using very advanced strategies that you might use if you're a speedrunner, you know? Which I respect, but I'm not talented enough on this game to be implementing them strategies, man. Alright. Although I do know some of the guys, like some of the guys that run this game are such cool people, like they're really nice guys. Alright, let's go ahead and save this. And I've had some advice from a few people as well, like when I've got stuck on certain things, had some people who have really been really cool and helped me out. Mainly Matt DeRock, for anybody who knows who he is. Alright, so we've saved it. We got our grenade launcher at the ready with the napalm grenades in it. So when the fight starts, you just run over to this corner, aim at the bat and look up. When it swoops down, press the lock-on button and just try and stun lock it like this. You hit it with 5 bullets or so and it'll die. But getting that right, it honestly doesn't look that difficult, and to be honest it isn't, but it's more about the way the bat moves when you shoot it, because sometimes it just bounces off in a weird direction and you can't continue to hit it. It's about getting it stun locked, which, you know, if you give it 3 or 4 tries, you'll probably get it. You'll probably get it done, and you'll be like, wow, that was so easy, but you'll probably, well, there'll probably be a few of you at least who do follow this run that will probably see that it doesn't always work. And I don't think there's very effective strategies at the bat. Like, it's for a very long time, for years and years, the speedrun of this game has been plagued by that bat ending the run. Which is extremely frustrating. Imagine if you're doing a run that's like, I don't know, 90 minutes, 2 hours long, and you get all the way to that point, which is probably, what, 45 minutes, an hour on a speed run when you're doing everything super efficiently and routing perfectly, and then you lose the run. Gotta reset because of that.
This way.
Okay.
Alright, so we sent Rebecca over with the hookshot to sort out the elevator. We're coming back this way. Pretty sure this is a really short part, and I save it quite soon, and it's just simply down to the bat RNG. Like, it's a good idea to, yeah, not deal with the bat's BS. Alright. Let's see what we're doing here then. So I'm giving Rebecca the shotgun bullets, reloading the shotgun, putting the acid rounds into the grenade launcher, because we're going to need those in a minute. And I'm leaving... Am I leaving the flame rounds here? No, I'm leaving the shotgun rounds here. And the grenade rounds, the flame grenade rounds. Apart from that, I don't think I'll leave anything else here, because we spend a fair amount of time in this area, but yeah, we're going to come back and grab those before we leave anyway. So let's drop another save. Now that the bat's done, makes sense with the bat just being a big run ender and a nuisance. Alright. So, this next part is a bit of a long one. So, Rebecca's got the shotgun,
I'll go check
the
over
grapple
there.
hook, and her pistol, and I think that's it. I think that's all she has. So we're going to separate the characters, run over here and use the grapple hook or the hook shot to come up. And take your time. Bit of a long cutscene there. In this room is a gas can, which we can grab. There's also some bottles in this room, but these bottles are really difficult to grab. We don't get them just now, though. Make sure when you run past that guy like I just did, you don't turn into the corridor and he won't aggro to you. We're going to press this button, and that opens this door. And then we're going to bring Rebecca through here, open this door, quick as you can, grab this stuff, spin Rebecca around, and we're going to leave, I think, the gas can here, yep, and the hook shot, leaving Rebecca with the shotgun and the pistol. Rebecca's also got the speedy pistol at this point, something to bear in mind. Alright, so we're going to go back into this room. We need to interact with the thing that's down here. You can see this guy hasn't mutated yet. He does it when you get close to him. So we start interacting with this so we can get this capsule. Then quickly turn around, and the bottles are on us on the side right here. Getting these bottles is actually really annoying and finicky. So if you don't get them, it's not the end of the world, but it's nice to grab them. Alright, so let's go back to Billy. Billy needs to take out this guy with the acid rounds now, which is why we've saved him. So run past this guy, aim at him from behind at his little booty, shoot down at him until he breaks in half. And he'll do this thing where his legs will start blowing up, ballooning, and they'll blow up. You want to leave the room before they blow up and then come back in, and he's just gone, and that stops you from taking any damage, because you can take damage when that fucker explodes, which is kind of annoying. So if you haven't given Rebecca the speedy pistol at this point, you can send it to her through the little elevator here if you need to. So save you loading it up again in case you didn't swap them over when I did. Alright, let's send her the pistol bullets. We're going to send Billy back out of this room, because there is a zombie in this room that'll stand up if you spend too much time in there, so I like to leave Billy hanging around in this little hallway rather than in that room. Okay. I think I went the wrong way here, maybe? Yeah, I'm a bit, like, all over the place. Yeah, I need to go back here, and I want to get the gas can so I can make the Molotovs. Pretty sure that's what I'm doing. I think there's some shotgun shells here too. Oh no, there's more Molotov bottles. Sweet. Okay. Let's combine these, and then we're leaving them. Cool. Get them out of our inventory. I guess we probably just came just to get inventory slots done, but we might as well combine those while we're at it. Be careful about where you're running when you do this next part. Make sure you get the red chemical in the mixing set here. Don't forget to do that. Then we're going to leave. Come into this room. Equip the pistol. There's a few zombies in here that we're going to be ready to shoot. That guy got way too close. I'm going to come back here and grab the pistol bullets that Billy sent us. Okay. Right, he's dead. There are two more zombies in this room. Be careful, because the one next to us can stand up. Well, a lot of the time he does it when you run over here, so just be ready for that. Sweet. And now we can get the green chemical. So we got the stripping agent, and now we can combine that with the leech capsule to get the blue leech. Cool. So now we need to send the blue leech down to Billy. Very nice. Okay. Switch to Billy then, and let's go and get the blue leech. I know it's a bit annoying to have to keep coming back into this room, but it's just because if you spend too much time with Billy chilling in this room while Rebecca's running about upstairs, the zombie can stand up and come after him. And then you'll get a shout over the radio, and obviously Billy can take damage when that happens, so... Good idea to, when you're leaving Billy waiting in this area, you're just leaving him in that hallway where we just killed the leech guy. Alright, so I'm leaving the ink ribbons here. So Billy's got a few slots free. What's he got? He's got the blue leech, his pistol, and the grenade launcher right now. Use the blue leech here. Right, in we go. I got a picture here to grab. Oh no, it's a fuse. I think we get a picture with it, right? We get a cutscene for this, yeah. Can skip that. There's some handgun bullets in this room as well. Don't forget those. Cool. Run all the way around. And you want to be quick in this room. Take this guy down. As soon as he falls over, we got a head pop, which is really lucky. But if he just falls down for you, that's also fine. Just don't run forward from the door. Make sure you shoot him from the door. Run in, quickly grab the green leech, spin around, and run back out. You can avoid having to deal with the other zombie. Which is kind of nice. Let's go into this room. And then send the green leech through the elevator for Rebecca. Arguably, in my opinion, this is one of the harder Resident Evil games. I feel like the modern Resident Evil games really aren't that difficult unless you're playing on, like, super unfair hard difficulties, you know? Like RE3's Inferno, you know? Or maybe Professional on RE4. Let's slap the green leech in. Go in here. So in this room, we've got a zombie crawling on the floor. You want to make sure you're sticking to the side away from that zombie on the floor down there, because he can grab you if you don't. Just be careful of that. We can leave this room once we've got that tank thing. I'm also topping up Rebecca's pistol. There we go. Beautiful. And now that we're in this room, be careful of the zombie on the floor. Okay, put the tank in. You want to be really on it with your movement here once you drain this thing's gas. You need to run in, grab the key, quick turn, and run out very quick. If you do that, you can avoid having to shoot any zombies here at all. Just run in, grab the key, quick turn, run out as fast as you can, and then you don't have to deal with those zombies. Very nice way to save some ammo. I went through the wrong door there, but as long as you get out of the room, you're fine. Alright, so this next area sucks. We're going to equip the shotgun. Throw in the key away after using it. And we need to run around here. We're going to quickly shoot this hunter. Put the shotgun away, or de-equip it, and then run back the way we came. Stand here and re-equip the shotgun. Wait for the hunter to jump. Shoot it. And then shoot it again. Yeah, the timing on this is super tight, but doable. Just blast that hunter into oblivion. It should take 3 shots to kill each hunter. But yeah, that sucks. That part really sucks with those hunters. If you want to save it before doing that, I wouldn't blame you. You have got enough ink ribbons to do so. You just got to switch back to Billy and go and save it. That's up to you, though, if you want to do that. I felt confident enough with the bit of practice I'd put into that room that it'd be okay. As long as you sort of follow along with what I did, you should be fine too, but if you want to save it so you don't get swiped up and you can get through that room without getting beaten, I completely understand it. Alright, so we're putting the dial we just got from the back of the hunter cage into the little elevator, the item elevator, sending it down to Billy. Let's leave this room, head back, Make sure Rebecca's in this area just so she doesn't get any mystery zombies showing up and grabbing her. And then send Billy to the item elevator. Yeah, you want to spend as little time as possible in this room to stop the zombie from standing up. So like whenever you're doing what I'm doing, just make sure you come in and out of this room quickly, and then you shouldn't even have to deal with the zombie that can stand up in this room if you do that. Alright, so we're going to use the dial. Sweet. Enter that combination. Code is 4863. 4863. Alright, so got access to the tram car now. I'm gonna pull this switch and this will allow Rebecca and Billy to reunite again. We're gonna grab whatever, what's that thing called? I don't know. It goes in the slot upstairs. The thing you stick into slots. Let's go up top. Run across the bridge. We're back here now. We can get Rebecca to come in and join us. Hello, mate. So I need to go back and grab the shotgun bullets. And the napalm grenade as well that we left back there. I've given Rebecca the 2 items we need to fix the control panel here. There's also a few other items she's gonna need. She's gonna need this hook shot to get in there initially, so let's grab that. Right. So I'm sending her down and around first before we go and pick up those other items. Right. Up she goes. I remember it took me, the first time I played this, it took me a while to find this, like how to get into this room. I remember being stuck here for a while. Because I don't like to look up guides myself, which is funny considering I make them. But, yeah, I remember being stuck here for a bit, trying to figure out how to get up there. It was a very long time ago when I first played this game, but, yeah. It was tough for me to find. Stick these things in, which will activate the tram. Beautiful. We got some shotgun shells in this room. Grab those. Sweet. Can unlock this door now. I think, do I send Rebecca back here to get the stuff we left behind earlier, or did I send Billy? Let's see. Yeah, Billy's got 2 slots, so he can go and grab them. But I think I was kind of like confused as to how much stuff was there. Oh, there's ink ribbons back there as well, actually. So yeah, you need 3 slots, right? But I grabbed these other ink ribbons. And then we have the space to grab everything when we go back. The shotgun shells, the ink ribbons, and I think there's 1 napalm grenade that we've got left, maybe 2. Alright, so let's open this door. Grab all of these items back. Ink ribbons, napalm grenades, and shotgun shells. Yeah, because I don't think we come back here again in the run, so you just don't want to leave anything here, really. Alright, that's all the stuff. Let's go. Cool. Alright, back to Rebecca then, I guess? Is it now? I think at this point I'm just going to sort out my inventory, because Rebecca and Billy get separated here, and you want to make sure that the characters have all the stuff they're going to need. After this next use of the hookshot, you don't need it anymore. But we do need to keep hold of it for a moment, because we've got to use it in just a second. So we want to get the shotgun. We want to make sure that nothing's left here. We can come back here later, but I prefer not to. Reloading the shotgun. So, I think I was trying to think, what do I want to give to Rebecca? Because Billy gets separated from us and we control Rebecca. So, I left those on the floor, and I think it's because when I come back up here, I can put the hookshot down as Rebecca. I don't need it anymore, so I'm going to have 2 extra slots left. So I thought I'll just deal with that in a minute. But I'll let you know when it's basically the last moment. What do I grab? To the gas can? It's the gas can. Alright, give Billy the gas can. Cool. And those other 2 items we can grab in a minute. Alright, so down we go. So when we interact with the tram, we have a cutscene where Billy gets knocked off the railing here by one of the monkeys. And you get control of Rebecca. Just be ready to run back towards this way with Rebecca and you won't get grabbed by this tentacle leech thing. So come into this corner and wait until you hear this thing get a bit closer. Right, that noise is kind of when it's trying to hit you. So I like to use the hook shot at that point. I'm just waiting to open the inventory. And that means that when you go back down, that thing isn't near to you. I don't know if that matters, but I like to do that just to be safe. So on the floor here, we've got these components again that have been knocked out. Don't have the space at the moment to grab this, so I'm just gonna... Should have really just dropped to the hook shot here, because I don't need it after this, but I dropped the shotgun shells. So put that in. Yeah, it's probably way more efficient just to drop the hook shot. And then grab this thing, put it in. You know how we like grabbing those things and sticking them in, mate. Alright, back we go. And we've got 2 free slots now, so we want to make sure that... Leave the hook shot behind, you're not going to need it again. Grab Molotovs and the pistol bullets we left here. Just make sure there's no items that you're leaving. Except for the hook shot, of course. You don't want to leave anything here. Bring it all with you. I did try and work that out, you know, with Billy being full as well. Okay. The Magnum is in the cable car here, but we can leave stuff in this area and get back to it way easier than the previous one. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to drop, I think, the Molotovs around here somewhere, and then go back and get the Magnum, because we're going to come back through this door shortly. So I can grab those back in a little bit. Let's go and get the Magnum. Sweet. Let's go. Very nice. And, yeah. Back through here. And we've got a save point in this room. That was a chunky part, man. That's like a good 20-minute section of the run. There's some pistol bullets in here for us to grab, which is nice. Ink ribbons. I think I need to drop something to grab the ink ribbons, and I'm pretty sure I just put the Magnum down for now, because I don't need it for the moment. But yeah, it doesn't matter. We just need to get the ink ribbon so we can drop a save. And literally pick it back up straight after saving. Alright. Cool. It's another section down. Very nice, very nice. Well done if you made it this far. If you're just watching and you made it this far, I appreciate you. Okay, so we're going to fight the first tyrant soon, but we've got to go and get this key next, and we need a slot in the inventory to pick this key up, so make sure you've left something in the save room in order to free up that slot, just to grab the key that's in this area. There are 2 hunters that show up after you grab the key. You can just run past one of them, but you need to shotgun the other. It's a good idea to make sure you haven't got a weapon equipped right now. Quick turn, just sprint past this one, taking the corner kind of tight. Equip the shotgun at this corner, shoot the hunter, and then just run. You stick to the side, you should just be able to run past that hunter and get out of there without having to kill either of them. We don't need to go back there for this run, so save yourself some bullets. I think at the end of this run I did have some shotgun shells spare. So you can use a little bit more than I do, but I think the main thing you need to save is the grenade launcher rounds, like I talked about before. Alright, so using the key, I'm going to pick up the Magnum, which is right here. Don't want to leave that behind. And then we're going to go over here now, where the elevator's raised, and we can lower this. Something that's really interesting is this area is in, I think it's is it Resident Evil 3? OG? Like, these areas can be seen in that game. Or is it Resident Evil 2? In one of those games, in the OG, you can see these very similar looking structures. But, yeah, we're in those games too. It's kind of cool. Right, so, cutscenes, cutscenes. We've got another key here we need to grab. I don't know if I've got the space for it though. Oh no, I do. Beautiful. Did I leave something over there by the door in order to make space for that? I think I did. Yeah. It doesn't matter. I mean, you can do that back and forward after that cutscene. Yeah, I dropped the Magnum. I can't carry this right now, so... Just bear in mind. Slots are a bit tight at the moment. As they always are on this game. Alright, so... As soon as this fight starts with the Tyrant, we're going to come over to here and wait for him to jump. This fight's actually really easy. You just need to wait for him to jump at you. And then run around to the side of his smaller arm. When he goes to jump. And just shoot him in his butt. Yeah, just wait for him to jump. When he's got his back turned to you, just keep shooting him. 4 or 5 times. I think you can get away with 7 shots. So if you want to play it really safe, you just go for 4 or 5 and just keep doing this. You can do it for as long as you need to. Keep running between these 2 points. Really easy fight. You know, you might think, when you first do this fight, that you want to use some serious firepower like the Magnum or the shotgun to take out this guy because it's a big boss, but using the pistol on him just saves all that good ammo for later when we really need it. There we go. Easy. Easy fight. Okay, let's grab the Magnum then. Now we can use the elevator. There's a few different floors we can go to at this point. And you can go back to the training facility here if you want to, if you've left items there. I think we do have to go back there at one point. Not entirely sure when we do go back there. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, but we're going to go to floor 2 first. Hopefully I got all the order of these floors right. I don't think it matters if you do them in a different order, but we've got a hunter here. I'm going to shotgun him 3 times. Takes 1 Magnum bullet to kill a hunter, but we want to save the Magnum bullets for later. There's also some Magnum ammo there, but we're not grabbing that right now because we don't have the space. But I just took out the hunter that's on floor 2, grabbed the pistol ammo that's in that area, and now I'm heading... I think that we're going to floor 4 now. Level 4. And this takes us to this area. This is where we can reunite with Billy, but I think I might, like, drop some stuff here and then go and gather up other things. I think that's what we do at this point, because we're kind of working from this position now. So I'm dropping the shotgun. I've dropped everything except for my pistol bullets and my pistol. Grab these extra pistol bullets. Pretty sure there's some ink ribbons in this room as well, but we'll leave them there for now. I also left the pistol ammo. Okay, yeah, I just gathered up the extra and then dropped those there. So I've only got my pistol with me. Although, to be honest, I don't think you need them. I'm going to grab this gas can. I think when we go back to the training facility, which is what we're going to do now, there's another gas can that we've left in the main hall. So I'm just picking that up. And then we can just combine everything into one along the way. So, going back to level 1. I think this takes us back to the train. Like where the train derailed, where we burst into the training facility. Yeah, just here. See the knife that we're never going to use? Yep. So we're going to go back this way. A little bit of back and forward here, I know, but I like to do this just to get all the items in one space, and you don't have to worry about, oh, I'm missing this, so I'm going to have to go back. Because I think the grenade launcher rounds are here, along with the gas can, and there's some Molotovs here too. Right, there we go. Gas can, grenade launcher rounds. I think the ink ribbons are here too. Molotovs. I'm not sure if what I do leave and what I grab. Magnum bullets. Sweet. Yeah, right, down we go. I'm not sure if I brought the ink ribbons with me earlier, but either way, there's plenty of ink ribbons around. We don't need to worry too much about that. Alright, so we got all the stuff out of the main hall. Let's head back to the elevator. Sweet. All the way around. Through here. Going back to level 2. I think I grabbed the magnum bullets now. Yeah, these are really important. We need to save these for a couple of very specific enemies, but also the Queen Leech. So if we come all the way through here, we'll end up back at the other side of the tram, or the cable car. We can grab these Molotovs now. So, remember we left those there earlier? Come back and scoop those up. The Molotovs are really useful just for taking out normal zombies. It's really all I use them for. Save the pistol ammo. I really did my best to save as much pistol ammo as possible, because there's one fight with the Queen Leech before the final fight with her. And that fight's really annoying, but there's a strategy you can use to make it quite simple, and you only use the pistol. Takes a while, but yeah, you just use all your pistol ammo on her, and it just makes the fight way easier. Alright, so what are we leaving here? We've left the magnum ammo, left the grenade rounds, leaving the gas can. We got a bunch of little items here now. The magnum and the shotgun are also on the floor at this point. I don't know if I grabbed those yet, but I'm going to grab the pistol ammo back up. Let's see what I do grab. Is it the magnum? Yeah, it's so difficult to make sure you're picking up the right items. Okay, so I've grabbed the magnum. There is one of those leech guys in an area coming up, and I do use the magnum to kill him. There's a strategy that you can use to get around him quite easily, but I don't use that strategy. This puzzle can be a little bit weird the first time you do it, but once you know the solution, it's pretty easy. You just need to press these 3 buttons. So that's the first one. There's the second one. And there's the third one. It's done. And I'm going to go save it. Yeah, what I had to do a couple of times with this run was I would get all my inventory and everything sorted, get to a save point, save it, and then I'd do the next section and I'd be like, oh, it would have been kind of useful if in the previous part I'd picked up this and then left this to make the run a bit more easy to follow, you know? So I'm not like stopping and picking stuff up way too much. So there were parts where I had to go back and redo certain sections to sort of reflect that. So I put the pistol down, and I've put the ink ribbons down. Sorry, the pistol. Was it the pistol bullets and the ink ribbon? Have I still got my pistol on me? I think I have. Yeah, again, just getting everything sorted. Because it still happens. Still, like, the amount of inventory management in this run, just to make it easy to follow for you guys, you know, because it's annoying to get to an area and not have what you need or the space you need to deal with certain things, you know. Alright, so this is where our Molotovs can come in handy. We're going to take that guy out first. If we just wait here, these guys will shuffle over towards us. Alright, one more should kill this other zombie. There we go. So we used, what was that, 5? There's more wine bottles here. Empty bottles. Can make some more Molotovs, baby. Yeah, so in the next area, there's a leech guy, and we're going to equip the magnum to deal with him. Shoot him until he's dead. It's the best you can do. When his legs are walking around like that, he's dead. I get close to him and wait for his legs to start, like, ballooning, and then I turn and run away. And that'll make his body despawn when you come back. There is a strategy you can use to kill that guy, or get past that guy, without having to shoot him at all, but I didn't want to use it for this guy. I'm leaving the magnum there by that door to grab when we come back in a little bit. A couple of zombies in here. I'm going to use the pistol to take this one down. More empty bottles here on the table. Those empty bottles can be weird to pick up. It's kind of a weird angle. So I'll combine the bottles with the gas to make more Molotovs, and we're going to head down these stairs. All the way around here. Got some shotgun shells to grab. Through this door. All the way down. I think this is where we get Billy back. don't hang around in this area too long because this frog can show up. So we're gonna run straight back to the door as soon as we gain control. As long as you do that, you'll be fine. Those frogs are annoying, man. Alright, so we're in this room now. We're going to do this weird puzzle. We're going to exchange the gas cans over to Billy because he already has some. Oh no, I'm giving them all to Rebecca. Okay, yeah, because I don't think it really matters, but you need a slot to pick up the valve as one of the characters in this room. Yeah, just make sure. Well, it's nice to have one slot free in each character at least, you know. Alright, so first we're jumping up on top. We're going to jump down here onto this section and push the metal cube over this way. Like so. And then hop up onto this middle box. Switch back to Rebecca. I always get confused with which buttons I've got to press here, but essentially you're just moving that metal box out of the way so you can rotate the gates, or the gate, and get it so you can push the box around. You can't use the metal box to form the bridge. You have to use the wooden boxes to make yourself a bridge, so bear that in mind. We're going to push this one all the way down, get that into its space, and then hop up here, jump back down, all the way up. I'm going to push this box, the metal one, into the back corner. There's a faster way to do this, but it requires some kind of like precise movements with the boxes, so I kind of prefer, or for the guide I wanted to use this solution just because I feel like it's easier to follow, you know? You don't have to push the box 27 millimeters past another box like you would probably see the speedrunners doing, you know? It's really great for doing it as fast as possible, but they just make it easy to follow. This is a good solution. So, we're standing on the gate, and then we're gonna rotate the gate left this time. And then Billy needs to push the box all the way to the opposite wall from here. There we go. Hop up on the boxes so that Rebecca can move the gate. Stand in this corner. Sometimes I think if you're standing on the box next to the gate, it just won't let you rotate it. So rotating it left again. And then Billy can hop up and push this last box into position to make the bridge. Sweet. Down he goes. Get that box in. Nice. Alright, let's get Billy out of there. And then get Rebecca to fill the thing with water. Nice. Across we go. We can grab the valve. Yeah, so that leech man that we killed earlier, you can just run past him when you get there as Rebecca originally. And at this point, you can get both characters to follow along with no weapons equipped and just sprint to the door and then use the valve to open it. But I kind of don't like to do that. I like to use that area to leave stuff in as well. It's just annoying to have that leech guy there the whole time.
I'll go check over there.
It's a bit shit to have to use magnum ammo to kill him, but the only other thing we really have to kill him with are the bottles, and the Molotovs can be kind of weird when you try to kill those guys. I sent Rebecca through here on her own to deal with this zombie, and I'm using the Molotovs to kill these guys. Alright. Just bear in mind that when you come back here, these zombies will be here. If you haven't killed the leech man, it'll just be the leech man here, but this is where these Molotovs come in handy, man. Use them over wasting your pistol bullets. They're really only good for killing a couple of types of enemies. Alright. Let's use the valve. Open this door. Beautiful. So when we go through here, there's a bunch of zombies. I'm leaving the grenade launcher. I am giving Billy, or switching the grenade rounds to Rebecca, and I'm leaving the gas can here.
This way.
Okay,
Roger.
so let's get these two to follow each other. I'm basically just making space to go back to our little item stash and bring it all along, I think. Because there's so much stuff back here that we left. And there's another save point. It's not too far off from here. That's more convenient to use at this point than this one. So yeah, I know this is kind of annoying moving everything like this, but just the easiest way to do it. It's basically picking up the fucking item box and moving everything with you. Alright, so just try and get everything in your inventory here. Leaving it outside that valve door is what we're going to do. Sweet. Make sure, you know, you're giving the pistol bullets to the person who's already carrying pistol bullets and all that one. Alright, cool. So I think we've got everything now. Let's go back. Really not that much left of the run now, like another half an hour or so. A little bit more than that, maybe. Alright. All the way back then. Yeah, one thing I haven't mentioned much in this run is that the characters do run faster if you don't have a weapon equipped. I don't really bother with that too often. I mean, it is a little bit quicker. I just don't really care. Alright.
I'll go.
Okay.
And we're going to send Rebecca through on her own then. I think that's because we can use the Molotovs to kill a couple of these guys. I think these guys take a little bit more than normal zombies. Because 2 Molotovs usually kills a normal zombie, but these ones tend to take 2 Molotovs and a few pistol bullets. Got more guys over here. Let's give him one of them. Run back. Just be careful not to get grabbed, because these guys can be kind of annoying to deal with. How many Molotovs we got left too? I think at this point I was just using the Molotovs up. Just to get them used. Alright, we got more enemies coming. 2 together, beautiful. That one died, very nice. So I think after this one, there's still one more zombie in this room. Alright. Here he is. He's dead. He got one-shotted. Usually it takes a little bit more than that, but we got kind of lucky. Pistol bullets on the floor then. I think that's this room clear. We can also go up here now. I think there's a note here, but you can also get the red chemical into the mixing set in this area, and you're going to need that, so make sure you gather or collect the red chemical in the mixing set here. You can do that earlier on, but I just do it here. It doesn't really make a difference. Right, let's pick up the Magnum as Billy then. What else am I grabbing? I got 1 slot. Put the bullets into the Magnum. I've equipped the Magnum as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it in a minute. Alright, so I think I grabbed the Magnum bullets there. Billy's got all of the stuff. Was it the grenade rounds? No, I don't know. Could have been. So we're sending Billy through this door to deal with these 2 hunters. 1 shot each. We'll get rid of them. Nice and straightforward. Yeah, those hunters aren't there if you don't kill the leech man by the valve door. And it's the zombies, I think, that we killed by the valve door that are here, so... But either way, Magnum's super handy for getting rid of them quick. Let's go through then, and I think Billy's with us. He's kind of dumb. Picking up these grenade rounds and the pistol bullets. Alright. Put the shotgun down, put the grenade rounds down now that they're all together. Let's go back. Gonna send Rebecca back now to grab some more of the items. I think we just freed up 3 slots in her inventory, and the grenade launcher's back here along with the gas can, so let's grab all of that. Yeah, essentially I'm just moving all this stuff to this safe room. I know this is kind of tedious, but you understand by now. It's really not that bad, to be honest. It's just a slight bit tedious. A lot of people complain about the item box not being in this game, and realistically, it's not actually that bad. Like, if you just move stuff like this and just use one place to stash your stuff and keep moving it all with you, it's like a couple of extra trips. Alright, so we're dropping a save. We got all this stuff in here now. There were some more ink ribbons on the bed also, don't forget those. Drop ourselves a save. Cool. Alright, so now that we're here, I'm gonna fill up the magnum. I'm leaving the magnum and the bullets and the 9 ink ribbons. I'm gonna leave the gas can here from Rebecca's inventory. I think we're good. We got our little item stash in this room now. What am I trying to pick up? Okay, the shotgun. Cool. Billy's got the shotgun. He's grabbing the grenade rounds as well that we left here earlier as Rebecca. Okay. And I'm leaving the normal grenade rounds. And switching the napalm rounds into Rebecca's inventory, combining them in, and now Billy has the shotgun and the shotgun ammo. Okay, makes sense. Lot to follow, I know, but not as bad as you would think. See, even I can tell I'm confused here. Like, what else do I need to do? Thinking about it. Billy's got the shotgun equipped. And let's go. Rebecca's got her pistol. Let's get out of here. Down we go. And in my opinion, that's where the complication comes in this run, is just who's got to equip what when, who's carrying what item, what are we moving, you know. That's what makes this run hard. So I'm running Rebecca into the corner of that door, and you do that by using the right stick. Controlling Billy here with the... Oh no, I'm controlling Rebecca with the pistol, and we're just blasting these zombies. I move Billy up a little bit here so he can get better shots with his shotgun. We're just standing here, and I think there's like 4 or 5 zombies in this room, and that's why I've got Billy with the shotgun. Sweet. Very nice. More shotgun bullets in this room. Grab those. Yeah, so you can move the characters around independently with the opposite stick. Leaving Rebecca up here because we're going to send Billy down to deal with the tyrant that's down here. I'm putting shotgun shells into the shotgun. And this fight is really easy with the shotgun. You just need to time your shotgun shots. So when the fight starts, just aim to get Billy a good shot off with the shotgun and then get close. And you're looking at the tyrant's shoulder. You'll see his shoulder move as his animation ends. You see it? Like his right shoulder sort of lowers when his stun animation finishes. And that's when you want to take your shot, as his shoulder is lowering. Count your shots, make sure you don't reload manually and you go into the menu to do it. And you can just stun lock this guy until he's dead. You also want to aim up with the shotgun, just so that you're hitting him directly sort of in the heart or face. Yeah, I don't let the shotgun empty, I count 6 shots and then just reload it. Alright, keep blasting him. Yeah, so both tyrant fights are really super easy. A few more shots should do him, I think. Oh, there we go, one more. Sweet! So now I'm going to come around here and press this button, which will lower the ladder that's here. Very nice. Climb up. Run around. Grab this computer chip looking thing on the floor. And then go back. Go down the ladder. Head all the way around. And onto the elevator, back to Rebecca. This will allow us to activate the crane thing that takes Rebecca across to the other area.
Roger.
So let's use it. There we go, the gondola. We can send Rebecca across now. Sweet. Alright. So, got some acid rounds here. Make sure you don't forget these. Very important. And turn the switch here. Cool. Little cutscene to skip. We're going to send Rebecca through this door. Make sure she doesn't have anything equipped when you go in. And we're just going to sprint over here. And if we stay here, then this cockroach thing can't get to us. So we can just pistol it till it's dead. You want to make sure you unequip your weapon when you run into this room, because if you don't, you won't be fast enough. That's the only time, well, one of the few times I actually bother using that speed to my advantage. So we got some, is that the, I think it's the chemical that makes the battery acid. When you mix it with this blue chemical, that'll mix with the red chemical that we've already got in the mixing set, and then we can combine that brown, whatever the fuck it is, to make the battery acid. And if we come down here, we can switch back to Billy, leave Rebecca there. And then we're going to go back to the elevator. And we're going to head around to go meet up with Rebecca. Let's go. So, reloading the shotgun and also unequipping it. We're going to jump down here. You want to run quickly across here. Sometimes the frog can jump up. There he is. If you're just quick though, it can't grab you. You don't want Billy getting grabbed on his own here. Some pistol bullets right here. We're going to grab those. And then go through this door. And we'll be back with Rebecca at this point. Okay, so this next section kind of sucks. Because the two they're cockroaches, I already talked about this earlier, I'm not sure what they're called. They show up. I'm giving Billy the fast pistol and Rebecca the shotgun. Both have those equipped. Get them to follow each other. And then when you jump up here and grab the battery, you're going to get jumped by these two cockroaches. So you want to be ready to run or back Billy up after shooting a couple of shots. Yeah, I'm quickly going into the menu and switching back to Billy and then moving him over here. As soon as you shoot those first couple of shots as Rebecca, you want to go into the menu, switch to Billy, bring him over here, back him into the stairs, because these cockroaches can't get to you when you're at the stairs. And we could just use the pistol to finish them off. Nice. One thing you could do to destroy these two cockroaches is to go back to the training grounds or training facility and get the other shotgun again. The hunting rifle or whatever it's called, the hunting shotgun. And then equip that here, and both characters use shotguns. We did that earlier in a room where there were two of these cockroach things and it kills them pretty quick. But it's a bit too much backtracking for that.
You stay here.
We're going to leave Billy here. Rebecca's got the fast pistol again. Let's equip that. We're going to just get her to take out these zombies. Yeah, a lot of the time when I'm dealing with normal zombies, I like to just have one character on their own. And that's just mainly because of ammo conservation. I don't want the other character just blasting away with stuff I don't want them to. Just feels way better to manage my ammo if I'm just using one character at a time, a lot of the time. Got some shotgun shells to grab as Billy here. Nice.
Come on.
Roger.
Alright, let's get both characters together again. Those zombies have been dealt with. Very close to the end of the game now. Not a fat lot left to do. We've got to go back and insert the battery into the forklift to get the keycard to open the door that leads us to Queen Leech. We've opened this door. Becca's got the grenade launcher with the, I think it's the acid rounds in it. And that's just in case the frog jumps out on us. You can get her to shoot it and get it off Billy really quickly, or a lot of the time just kill it before it gets anywhere near Billy, because in all of these areas that we're running through, the frog has a chance to show up. So it's just a good idea
Stay here.
Yeah.
to have Rebecca with the grenade launcher out. Just in case it decides to show up. Right, let's use the battery. That'll send Billy up. Grab the key card. Alright, lovely.
This way.
Okay.
This way. I think now we need to go back to our save point. Think. Maybe I might unlock the door first. Because all my items are fucking there. So I'm going this way. Again, the frog can show up here if it wants to. Just be careful of all of that. Yeah, I'm fairly certain I go and unlock this door. Just because it's one less item to be carrying, you know? There we go. Throw the keycard away. And now we got to go back to our save point to get all of our shit to bring here and deal with the Queen Leech. But let's just go drop a save. Always on edge running across there just because of the frog. Alright. Back up we go. Make sure Rebecca's on the lift before you go up, because if she's not, the game just won't automatically bring her. You both have to be on the lift, which is kind of annoying. Alright, back this way. Again, just looking out for that frog. Right. Back at the save room then. So we need to gather up our shit. Obviously we need the ink ribbons because we're going to save it in a minute. Magnum. Nice. Don't need the gas can, I believe. I don't think I have any more opportunities to use Molotovs. Right here we've got gas can in the way, and I think there's an item at the foot of the bed that I'm trying to grab. It's like next to the gas can. Yeah, I'm going into my map for some reason. Yeah, I think I'm looking to see like where the items are in the room, because there's one more item that I'm looking for. There we go, the Magnum rounds. Yeah, this bed is sort of blocking. I'm giving the Magnum to Rebecca. Let's go ahead, grab the Magnum ammo. And I leave the grenade rounds on the floor for the moment because I need to save it, and I'm going to drop the ink ribbons because there's an ink ribbon at the next save point, and that will be our last save point. So get it saved, and this is just before the Queen Leech fight. We've pretty much just got to run straight to where that fight is. So got all our stuff with us at the moment. We're going to drop these ink ribbons, grab the grenade launcher rounds. There we go. Sweet. Alright, let's go. So, all the way down. And this next fight takes a while, and you probably will have to practice if you're going to do this the same way as I do. You've probably seen other people do this fight this way. And it does take a tiny bit of practice, and it's down to moving both characters at once, like using the other control stick to move the other character where you would want them to go. Like, you may have messed with it before, where if you press the other control stick, like you usually use the left one, or is it the right one? I'm not sure, but whatever control stick you use to move your character around, if you move the other one, you can move your other character at the same time, allowing you to put the different characters in different positions, and you've kind of got to get a little bit of control of that for this fight, which is annoying, but very useful to make this fight easier. So, I think you want to be in control of Billy at the start of this fight and make sure neither of your characters have anything equipped at the beginning of the fight so you can move them faster. So when you gain control, turn to the side and run all the way down here. And you're keeping an eye on where the Queen Leech is. And at this point, you want to switch characters with the characters standing next to each other, but you're kind of watching the Queen Leech and where she goes because you want her to come around this way. You can like lure her around by moving backwards and forwards. You can see her coming around now. So get Billy facing down here, like this, and then switch characters, and then you want to move Billy all the way off screen and keep holding that button whilst the Queen Leech is following you. And you want to go into the menu, then go to the partner menu, then say idle and solo. And I only really use this twice throughout the run, but it just basically keeps the character down there standing still. And then we can just keep running around in circles and popping a couple of shots with the pistol at Queen Leech. I know this strategy looks a bit complicated, but if you practice it, it's actually not that hard. When you see speedrunners do this strategy, they do it so fast, it's crazy. But yeah, it is a bit tricky moving both characters at once. I don't like to use those strategies too much, but it really is the best way to fight the Queen Leech here without taking any damage. So yeah, you see me taking a few shots here and just running around. If you want to play it extra safe, just make sure she's following you and get to this point and then lock onto her, take 2 or 3 shots, and then just run around again and keep doing that. I was pushing it a little bit here and taking more shots to get this done a little bit faster. But yeah, you can, you know, find what's comfortable for you and just do that. It just takes time at this point. You're just sat here doing this for like 5 or 10 minutes, to be honest. And yeah, it sucks, but the best way to get this boss fight done without wasting a fuck ton of ammo. And I think a lot of people have probably gotten to this point, beaten this boss with all the ammo they have left, and then gotten to the actual last boss, and they just have no ammo to beat it with. So this is a really effective way to like save all your ammo for the big bad fight. And that fight is extremely annoying to do without taking damage as well. Like the final fight of the game, doing it without getting hit is really tough. And it's something to do with the frame rate apparently. As soon as you take the game to 60 FPS, the Queen Leech's acid splash is just way more random. And you've just got a much higher chance of getting hit. It really is just a bit of a random fight, but you know, if you're just trying to get through the game without using any med items and get your hard mode and S rank, I mean, you can get away with it. Doesn't matter if you get hit a couple of times on the final boss, right? As long as you get through this without taking any damage, and you can save it just after this part of the fight, you're kind of chilling. But yeah, doing the final boss took me a while, just because of the amount of RNG involved in the fight. She does so much random stuff. Although there is a strategy that you've probably seen other people use, and it's up to you if you want to use it, where if you put an item, I talked about this in the Scorpion fight earlier on in the game, if you put an item down on the floor, when you pick it back up, your character has a bunch of iframes, and you can't take any damage during those iframes. So what you can do if the Queen Leech is about to hit you, and you'll see other people do it, especially in the last phase of the final fight, where you're just on a sort of a survival timer. Like it's not really about doing damage to the boss. It's just about staying alive whilst Rebecca runs around and opens up the valves or whatever. You've kind of just got to stay vertical whilst that happens, and also stop the Queen Leech from attacking Rebecca so that she can do the valves. Yeah, so if you want to experiment with that and put the items down to abuse the iframes, feel free. There's no shame in doing that if you want to. I just kind of didn't want to do it with the guide because I felt like it's a little bit, you know, cheese in the game kind of thing, and I wanted to actually find a decent solution for beating her legitimately, you know. I don't really like to use stuff like that in my guides. Speedruns is completely different, like, you know, speedruns, you're just trying to get things done as fast as you can, and as long as it's not against the rules of the speedrun set by the mods or whatever, then you're fine, you know, do what you want. But yeah, I wanted to not really use anything too cheesy for this guide and make it something that you can follow. Maybe there's someone out there who's looking for a strategy similar to mine, and it'll help them out. But if you have got to the point where you're at the final boss fight and you don't have any ammo, like I mentioned a couple of times, where you have used all of your ammo, that might be the answer. Just putting weapons on the ground and abusing the iframes to keep yourself alive when she tries to attack you. It is something that works. And I think that's the most popular strategy when people are doing no damage, no save as well, just because this final boss fight, not this one, the other part where she's in her massive form, is so RNG. There's so much RNG to it that, yeah, it sucks. It sucks to do that fight. It's actually the fight that stops me from wanting to run this game no damage, no save. Because I am not running the game for like 2 hours to get to the final boss fight just to get bullshitted by RNG. It's not happening. I mean, every other Resident Evil game, there's like ways to figure stuff out. There's like a lot of different strategies you can use and ways to get your head around how to beat different bosses without taking any damage. But this one, no one's been able to find anything that doesn't involve abusing the iframes. Like, I've asked a lot of the really knowledgeable players that do no damage, no save, if they know anything, and they all just say, oh yeah, just hope and pray that she doesn't hit you. That's literally all you can do. And I just don't like the idea of that. That fucking sucks. I actually hit the reload there like an idiot. Still got away with it somehow. I feel like I got pretty lucky there. Yeah, this part of the fight can just take forever. It's a very long and boring strategy, but it works, and this is why we've been saving all of our pistol ammo throughout the game just for this fight. So we can do this using our weak ammo and save the good ammo for the final phase. There we go. Several minutes later, and she's dead. So she drops 2 keys on the floor, and you need to use those keys to open this door, although we haven't got the space at the moment, so I put the grenade launcher on the ground right here, just so that we could pick up these keys. And it is one key for each door, so it's not like you can use either key on either side of the door. If you try to use it and it tells you you can't, you're probably standing on the wrong side and you need to switch your character's positions. Alright. Let's get the characters back together.
This way.
Roger.
I'll go alone.
Okay.
You'll go alone, mate. Let's position Rebecca in the right place. That'll do it, I think. Use these keys. Yeah, I think, again, that's what happened to me here. I had them on the wrong sides. Tried to reposition the character and I was like, oh fuck, they're on the wrong side. Alright, let's switch them over. It's Billy here and Rebecca on the other side. That'll do it. There we go. Switch to Rebecca, use her key. Right. We made it. I've got to go back and get the grenade launcher though. I'm gonna give Billy these grenade rounds. So I don't think I knew this at the time when I did this section, but when we go into the final fight against Queen Leech, basically you just want Billy to have everything. So if you are going to save it, you want to give him the grenade launcher, all the grenade launcher ammo, and the Magnum, and all of the Magnum bullets. And everything else can either be given to Rebecca or left behind. We don't use the pistol or the shotgun for this fight, and you can see that I had a bunch of extra ammo. So there was a bunch of extra shit I probably could have done with the shotgun throughout the run, but I suppose it's good that I had extra. Alright. Got the grenade launcher rounds, you want to grab those. Yeah, so like I said, before you save it might be a good idea to give Billy all of the grenade launcher ammo, the grenade launcher, the Magnum, and the Magnum ammo. And you can give Rebecca whatever you want. Alright, because at this point I was just like, what do I give to each character? I just didn't know, so... I'm pretty sure, right, you see me sort that out after this save. Took me a while to get my head around how to do this fight. It took me multiple attempts as well to do no damage. More than likely, if you're following along with this guide to get the achievements that we've been going for, you'll probably get hit by Queen Leech in one way or another. But you know, if you've made it this far without using any healing items, you're kind of chilling and you'll be able to get this shit done. Alright, so let's give Billy all of the grenade launcher rounds, Magnum, the Magnum ammo. We've got the grenade launcher equipped as well as Billy. And we're going to get on the elevator and send it up. So, as soon as you gain control of the characters, you want to turn Rebecca around and then go into the menu, go to the partner menu and turn them to idle and solo, and then just press up on the other analog stick to send Rebecca across the map. As you're doing that, as you're moving Rebecca away, you want to shoot the Queen Leech with the acid rounds a few times to bring her towards Billy and then back up over here. And you're kind of watching at this point what Queen Leech does, because for some reason the Queen Leech is so horny for Rebecca, which is really fucking annoying. But after hitting it with those few acid rounds, you switch to the normal grenade rounds and just empty them completely into Queen Leech. I hit her with 9, and then I switched to the Magnum, and I think I had to hit her with 9 shots to get this cutscene to proc. And then, when you gain control of Billy here, you'll run into the side as fast as you can, get into here, equipping the grenade launcher with the napalm rounds, and shooting Queen Leech 3 times in the side. Hopefully that gets her attention to Billy. The best way to aggro the Queen Leech, apparently, is with the napalm rounds. But we hit her with 3, and at that point she's going to aggro to us. Every time Rebecca finishes a valve, Queen Leech will re-aggro to Rebecca. However, because she's still in this animation of coming down here to us now, she'll get all the way down here and then turn around like this. When she starts crawling away after humping the wall for a second, if you shoot her with the Magnum, she'll turn around and look at Billy, or at least we hope she does. And then we've got to sneak past her and get to over here. And when she's coming towards us again at this point, she's probably aggroed to Rebecca, so we're trying to get her attention. So we're gonna equip the grenade launcher, we're gonna have a little cutscene where Rebecca finishes a valve. And then when that ends, you want to try and shoot her to stun her, and then run around the side. One thing about Queen Leech is you can't constantly stun her. It's like one stun every 10 seconds or so that you can get on her, and the animations she does are random. She can do that thing where she like rears her body into the air, or she can just stun for a second and then keep moving again. It is very RNG. The acid splash is RNG, so she can just hit you with the acid randomly. You won't see me shooting her consistently too much, except for at the end of this fight. You're trying to just get her attention away from Rebecca. We've used all of our grenade launcher rounds now. I'm going to get the Magnum out, give her a couple of shots, get her attention. I think Rebecca's only got a couple more of these valves to turn. But I'm going to come over to this corner now, shoot her a bunch of times to get her attention. I don't know at this point, that with the camera angles, I just don't know whether she's aggroing to me or not. See Rebecca running past in the background. I think she is coming for us. So we're going to stun her here when she enters the camera and run around all the way around here. And we're going to try to keep her busy on this side for these last valve or two. So... no, there we go, we did it, sweet, beautiful. Yeah, there's so much randomness to that fight. I wish I could give you better advice, but there just really isn't any. Like, you can sort of follow the structure of my fight, at least at the beginning. But there's so much randomness to it that I'd say good luck with getting it to her to act exactly the same way as she did for me. She just decides to do whatever the fuck she wants, but... hopefully, you know, it's not too difficult to get through without using a healing item if that's just what you're trying to do. And we've saved enough ammo for you to get through it, so... did my best to give you the best chance possible. And I feel like it's very doable. for the purposes of the video, you know, I wanted to get the no damage done. Which was hell. Honestly, it was horrible to do that fight no damage. Really was difficult. Alright. That's one dead leech.
Rebecca, hurry!
Resident Evil 0. What's kind of stupid is you shoot her about 15 times with a magnum, but Billy shoots her once there and she just dies. Seems really dumb. I guess they don't like, the leeches don't like sunlight or whatever as well. Strange.
Hey, that must be the old mansion that Enrico was talking about. I guess it's time to say goodbye. Officially, Lieutenant Billy Cohen is dead.
Yeah, I'm just a zombie now.
Would be cool to know what happened to Billy after this game. Would have been sweet if you saw some sort of game where he's got to escape Raccoon City or something, but I doubt that'll ever happen.
Rebecca.
Do you think he regrets his tribal tattoos? Anyway, yeah, it would, it'd be cool to see what happened to Billy. I do think Billy's a cool character. Alright. Beautiful. I do have to redo my no damage, no save Resident Evil 1 video soon as well. Alright, yes, that's Resident Evil 0, man. I hope it helped you out. I am going to have another video for this game coming soon. It was a 2 hour 34, we got the S rank, beautiful. 0 recoveries, very nice. Yeah, I have another video for this game, which is Leech Hunter. I've got a video. Shows you how to beat Leech Hunter. We get the rocket launcher and the submachine gun. Very nice, very nice. Alright, yeah, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. If you've just stayed to the end to watch my content, I appreciate you. If you're here for achievements, I hope you got your achievements. Let me know if you did, man. A lot of you follow my Resident Evil guides, and I'm very appreciative to the support on that. But yeah, much love. Have a great day. And until next time, take it easy.